Welcome to the second installment of Deathgate, 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 Deathgate. Or as I like to call it, Adventures in Time and Space with Marmalade. Marmalade bread. So is my mic nice and loud? Alright. Good. Good. I've been a little sensitive towards it. I don't know, I saw a YouTube VOD and it sounded quiet. Like a little bitch. Little bitch boy bent over getting his butt whipped like. I get it. All right, if you remember, we're on a quest to reform the world for our master, daddy, Lord Tsar. We currently left off in the realm of stone, where we're trying to find the symbol, you know, and then we visited the king, or the, what do they call it? I don't remember what the title was, but a king, daddy, and we're in prison. He poisoned us. So we're poisoned right now, and we're in prison with a doggy and a cute looking prince boy. Nice and loud. All right, now I'm loud, like too loud, like fuck. So loud, I can't handle it. I love you all. Good, 50%, perfect. Now, wax on, wax off, lift off. There we go. That's a magic spell. That was a magic spell. Behold the doggy. I think dogs like that are really cute. It's a cute dog. You know, that's a guard dog right now. I cast, oh, look at him. I cast a hunger spell on the doggy. Look hungry. You'd think I cast a hunger spell on Oscar today. He's fucking meowing. Let's go look at everything first. And I don't know how much longer this game is, but I hope it's not over soon. I don't know. We're on the third realm. But so far I've been somewhat surprised. Do I have another game prepared? No. I have another game picked out though. I sent you, and I think I sent you both a screenshot of it. It looks really old school. We could do Betrayal Crondor, but I don't know where that is. I sent you a screenshot. There's one with all those options in it. Well, the game can't be already over almost, right? I would be surprised, like, I don't know. Worst case scenario, you guys will have to like sit while I install one. So, hope you guys don't have plans today. Sit back and relax, let's look at the doggy. The dog isn't scruffy in the least. His fur, hey Roger Bacon, his fur is thick and well groomed. His eyes are bright and alert. He looks strong and well fed. It's obvious that someone cares after him. He sniffs around the room looking for a morsel of food. When you hear him growl, you begin to worry, until you realize that the sound is coming from his stomach. You feel a bit weaker. Oh no, oh, so we're dying right now. So oh no, are we dying right now? Like, if I look at him, is it gonna get worse? Okay. We have a limited number of actions here. We're dying of poison. Let's talk to the prince. Edmund.
Hello, my friend. It looks like we're both in the same boat. So much for relying on the hospitality of strangers.
Who are you?
Who are you? My name is Edmund, and I'm the Crown Prince of Telestia. You couldn't tell I was royalty by the deluxe accommodations?
Yep.
Who are you?
Who is your daddy? This coffee's so hot. You're a prince?
You're a prince? Why were you put in the dungeon?
It's a long story. I come from Telestia, a city on the outer edges of Abarak. A few years ago, our water supplies started to dry up. Balthazar, the royal necromancer, studied the problem and discovered that the Colossus was failing.
It looks like a seal.
The magic that sustained us for thousands of years was ebbing.
That we need.
We knew that our time was limited.
Okay.
We boarded everyone onto our ships and set sail for the Fire Sea. None of us had been there before, but Balthazar's ancient maps indicated a route. The trip was perilous. What's more, our ships hadn't been used for thousands of years, since we first came to Telestia. By the time we arrived, we had lost many of our people, including the king, my father. Therefore, I became my people's leader. Our intended destination was this palace. We had never seen the palace, or met the dynast that ruled us.
The dynast.
Instead of arriving on his doorstep with a few thousand refugees, I decided to leave them in a warren of natural caves that we discovered, and come here as an envoy. I thought that Clytus and I could speak and decide where my people could live.
Let my people go.
I arrived at the palace alone.
Oh my
He
god.
greeted me with open arms and invited me to a banquet. My people have been living on withered cairn grass for months, so I must admit that a banquet sounded appetizing. During the meal, he began to question me. The questions were innocuous at first, but became more probing and less veiled as Clytus continued. He asked military questions. What was the size of our forces and where were the troops bivouacked?
Bivouacked.
Suddenly, he was sounding less like a benevolent
Probing,
leader,
yep.
and more like a king bent on eliminating any threats to his power or strains on his kingdom's food supply.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I stood up and announced that I wished to take my leave, a sharp pain doubled me over. Clytus simply looked over and smiled. He explained that the wine in my cup had been poisoned,
No.
and that after it killed me, he would drag the answers from my corpse. His guards brought me down here and locked me up. Now, I'm just waiting to die.
How lovely. Where is the Colossus?
Where is the Colossus?
The Colossus is in Clytus's palace. It lies at the center of the ancient catacombs which run through the palace's foundation. The entrance is right across from this dungeon. Although Balthazar's books state this, they don't show the path through the catacombs. It's said that only the dynast knows the way.
Where are your people now?
Where are your people now?
They are safely tucked away in the secret caves along the edge of the Fire Sea. Clytus would give his eye teeth to know where. If somehow we managed to escape,
His
we would
eye
still be
teeth?
stranded here with
The
no
hell?
way to cross the sea.
Ew, your eyeballs should not have teeth. Wouldn't it be weird if you had teeth on your eyelids? You could chew with your eyeball. Maybe you could crack nuts. A feast for the eyes. New meaning. Very good. Would be interesting, would be terrible. Quack quack. I've got a ship. I've got a bike. You can ride it if you like it.
I've got a ship. If you show me where they are, I could transport us there.
The chances of escape are slim, but it's nice to know that we will have a way across the sea if we do.
The first time since you met him, you see the Prince brighten. A tiny ray of hope makes Edmund's eyes sparkle. How long have you been here, buddy?
How long have you been here?
Not long. Less than a day, surely. I fear that I can't hold
I don't
out
know,
much
Roger.
longer, though. The poison has ravaged my system. It appears, for some reason, to be working faster on you. Perhaps you received a larger dose. I doubt that you have more than a couple hours left.
If it's like a in-story universe thing, I don't know what it is. Why did you send some nobodies or envoy? Seems like yeah.
Why didn't you send some nobody as your envoy? Seems like a dangerous job for a prince.
Everyone under my rule is important.
Oh my god.
There are no nobodies. I would risk myself before I would send someone else into danger.
Aw, what a good guy. What a Prince Charming.
Can your people pose a threat to the dynast? They sound like a bunch of farmers.
We are mostly peaceful folk, but We have some reserves of dead fighting troops.
A bunch of farmers.
That doesn't matter much, though. While Clytus holds the scepter of rulership, he could turn my army into dust before it even got into position.
Let's back up a step.
Let's back up a step.
Suit yourself.
Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something else.
All right. I don't have much else to do.
Why do I feel so sick?
Why do I feel so sick?
That would be the poison. You've experienced Clytus's special welcome.
We're
It
poisoned.
appears that he likes to invite strangers to a banquet,
We're in prison.
extract whatever information he
Oops,
can
oops,
while
oops, oops.
pretending to be friendly, and then poison them. After they die,
What a
he
bitch.
resurrects the corpses to have them answer any remaining questions. Don't feel special. It happened to me as well.
But I want you to feel special. I am special. What happens if he decides he wants to keep his victim alive? Yeah.
What happens if he decides he wants to keep his victim alive, or someone accidentally drinks the poison? Is it too late, or is there an antidote?
There is an antidote, though it's unlikely we'll ever get our hands on it. I overheard some of the guards talking about it when they were planning to sneak wine from the banquet room's bar. The bar contains a variety of liqueurs in a wide array of colors. As you're aware, the poisoned wine is in a red bottle. The antidote is in a clear bottle. It's useless to even think about it, though. Even if we could get out of these chains, we'd never make it past all the guards.
Why did this Clytus lock us up?
To give the poison time to kill us. When we're dead, he'll resurrect us and get all the information he needs.
No way am I telling him anything, even when I'm dead.
No way am I telling him anything, even after my death.
I'm afraid you'll have no choice. Part of the process of resurrection ensures that you
Damn.
serve the living to the full extent of your ability. You'll be glad to answer any questions he might have.
How do we get out of here?
Do you know any way out of here?
In fact, I do.
Really?
One of Balthazar's old books showed a secret passage out of the palace's foundation. If we were unfettered, I might be able to find that passage.
Who's this Clytus asshole?
What's Clytus' story? How'd he get to be Dynast?
That is a story. I only know the parts of the legend that Balthazar found in his reading. I guess we don't have anywhere to go, so I might as well tell you.
Tell me. Yep. Go right ahead, I'm waiting. Sorry. Need to get comfy.
According to the legend, our ancestors created this world and populated it with the weak races. Those races continually warred with each other, so our ancestors decided to sleep until everyone began to get along. Presumably, when that happened, our ancestors would wake and rejoin the new society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I guess they made Abarak a little too hostile for the weaker races. The heat and impure air were killing more of them than their petty wars were. So they banded together much sooner than anticipated and roused our ancestors.
Mm.
They arose to discover that the world was killing the races instead of nurturing them.
Great.
They also found that there was nothing that they could do to save them.
Great.
It required all of their magic just to keep themselves alive.
Way to go,
So they
butthole.
selected a handful of members from each race, placed them in the sleep chambers from which they had just risen, and waited for something called the interconnection.
The
The books were a
interconnection.
little unclear about this term. All they say is that it would make life much better on Abarak.
The interconnection. You got Queenie going, ooh. You guys enjoying this?
Clytus I was a member of the High Council at that
Sounds
time.
mysterious.
One day, he arrived in the council session with a powerful magic scepter. With it,
Story
he
time, Queenie.
convinced the others to found a monarchy, with himself as the dynast, the ruler. The line has continued unbroken, as far as I
Very
can tell,
mystical.
to this day. Each new son takes up the scepter of rulership and becomes the new dynast. The man who tossed us in this dungeon is Clytus XIV. It's said that his scepter can turn a
Do you
man
like
to
mystical?
dust in seconds. No one wants to confront such raw magic, so he remains in power.
Do you like mystical things, Raja? Do you like mystical things? You ever read these books?
Clytus I did do something right.
I don't know. I'm
He
not
introduced us to necromancy. It's only by bringing back our dead
Maybe I'll read
that
them,
we've
it might
been
be
able
fun.
to stay alive. He
Stream-
even
watched it
sacrificed
last
his
Sunday,
own
cool.
personal servant as the first experiment.
What a bitch boy. What happened to the rest of the quote-unquote weaker races?
What happened to the rest of the weaker races?
They died. There was no way to save them.
Wow.
It must have been horrible to watch them die, completely helpless to do anything.
Sounds like he's a product of a little too much inbreeding.
Sounds like he's the product of a little too much inbreeding.
I know nothing about Clytus's specific lineage, but madness is a symptom of inbreeding, and he is certainly displaying that.
Oh, he might be. So he's an inbred? Wow.
Does the council still exist?
No. Clytus the First disbanded it when he created the monarchy. My ancestor was a member. This amulet I wear was a badge of his office.
Badge.
It's been in my family ever since,
Badge.
and I wear it proudly.
Bah. Bah.
You really think necromancy is all that hot?
I think it's
Hard
hot.
to question something that is such a fundamental part of your life. But Balthazar has raised some interesting points. He believes that we should be concentrating on rediscovering the old, lost magic arts. If we used our magic to make our lives better, we wouldn't need to bring back the dead. To be totally honest, seeing my father resurrected into a shadow of his former self was chilling. I don't look forward to dying myself, or to the inevitable result.
Don't resurrect me.
If Clytus's scepter can turn a man to dust, why does he bother with poison?
He still needs information from me. I assume the same is true for you. If he destroyed us, the information would be lost as well. If he kills us with poison, we are undamaged. Then he can resurrect us and demand the information he wants. Since the dead always serve the living, we'll have no choice but to tell him
I
everything.
love how we're like dying of poison, but we're just taking our time and having a nice chat here.
You mean that if Clytus didn't have this scepter, he wouldn't be in charge?
I would challenge him myself if I could count on a fair fight. My claim to the throne is as strong. My ancestor was also a member of the High Council. These are all pipe dreams, though. His scepter would make dust of them and me.
Dust. What happened to his personal servant?
What happened to his personal servant?
Shortly after he rose to power,
Sneaky.
Clytus the First sent him away. I believe he was banished to the ancestral home of the dwarves. In fact, it would have been in the caverns around Telestia. No one has explored that area in ages. I wonder if he's still there.
That was an intriguing story, but let's talk about something else.
All right. I don't have much else to do.
Why is that dog watching us?
Why is that dog watching us? Is he just waiting for us to die so he can chew on our bones?
That's Clytus's personal hunting hound. The guards have orders to let him go anywhere he wants, so he has run of the palace. He's probably here because he's curious. They don't get many new visitors. I don't hold it against the hound that he belongs to Clytus. He seems nice enough. Until you came, he was my only company.
Aw,
He's a good listener.
he's a good boy. That's an interesting medallion you're wearing. Could I have it?
That's an interesting medallion you're wearing. Could I have it?
I'm afraid not. It belonged to my ancestor and has been passed from father to son for centuries.
So bold.
I treasure it with my life.
I'd like to rest now.
I'd like to rest now.
I understand. I'm feeling sick and tired myself. I'm sure it's the poison, not the conversation.
Okay. One, two, check. Can you guys still hear me? Good. You feel a bit weaker. Your stomach turns in reaction to something you ate. Okay. Now I gotta figure out how to get out of here. How do we get out of here? There's a vice. Take the vice? The vice is on a table and out of reach. Well, you're chained up at any rate. What the hell do we do? Key ring's out of reach. The shackles keep you from taking it, which is why they are there. Okay, unlock my manacles with the shears. The shears no help in unlocking the manacles. Steak. Wait, why do I have steak? Steak is so rare, it's practically dripping blood. You can't identify what kind of animal it came from. You must have grabbed it from Clytus's banquet table when you were in thaw of the hunger spell. Oh, okay. Can I give the... Give the steak to the dog? You toss the steak toward the dog. It lands about a foot away from you. The ravenous dog leaps over to the meat and tears into it. Oh yeah, because I cast the hunger spell on the dog. Okay, now what? Pet the dog? Pet the dog. The dog wags his tail. He seems to like you. You grow even weaker. It is difficult to sit upright. You feel the pain spread throughout your body. The dog whips his head back and forth as he tears at the steak, right? Oh, I can touch him now, right? Can I cast swap on him? I don't know if swap works on creatures, but you have to be able to touch them. Cast swap on the dog! You cast a spell on the dog, but the dog isn't a higher life form. All right. Look at it, he's so cute. So he's not a higher life form, so it doesn't work. Can I possess the dog? Maybe we can possess the dog. We can possess the dog. You trace the ruins in the air and place your hand on the dog's scruffy fur. Scruffy. I will never be satisfied. Ever. Ever! I don't like this thing. I don't know. I don't like how it looks. The magic swiftly takes hold. You stiffen as you feel your soul passing away. Everything spins and you begin to panic. It all goes dark. Am I dead? Oh, the darkness doesn't last long. You quickly come to your senses, but instantly discover that they aren't the same senses you've come to expect. Your vision now only perceives the world in shades of gray, although your hearing and sense of smell have been enhanced. I don't know. I don't like where this thing is. You realize it's an OCD thing, probably. You realize that you inhabit the body of the dog, and that this dog has been trained to track game by smell. This must be the body of the Clytus Royal Hunting Hound. I am now a dog. Look at me, I'm a dog. There's me. Haplo. Smell haplo. If you had more than one outfit, maybe you smell a little better. Where'd Inky go? Let's bark at, Okay. Let's smell, the prince. Weeks of travel and imprisonment have given the princess somewhat less than royal smell. Well, let's get the dog. Let's take the key ring. You bite down the key and slide the ring from the peg in the wall. Let's drop the key ring by your motionless body. Good. Let's take the vice. You can't quite get your jaws around the vice. Can I like push it or something? How do I get out of the dog? Your body has suffered the ravages of the poison. Your eyes are sunken, your cheeks are hollow. Stumped against the wall as it is, your body could almost be mistaken for a corpse. How do I get out of the dog? Oh, like this? Oh, I can walk around as a dog? You're in one of the many passages that run through the palace's foundation. A stairway leads up to the more populated areas. Opens the door! This outdoor keeps you from entering. It's not locked, but as a dog, you lack the ability to open it. No! Dog. So I can't, what is this, go up? You pat up the stairs past a number of alert guards. They pat you on the head and smile, but allow you to pass. It seems that this dog has run the palace. After a bit of exploration, which involves sticking your nose into a lot of empty rooms, you discover the original banquet room that you were escorted to. You've taken a good deal of time to locate it, however, and you're very worried about the condition of your body. I am a dog! I am a dog! Bark! Smell the banquet hall. The banquet hall smells just like a banquet hall. Good day, Russia, going good. Let's smell the tablecloth. I'm a dog right now. Smell the bar. The bar smells just like a bar. Okay. It's a simple glass bottle filled with some kind of liquid. You can't identify the color of the liquid or the bottle because as a dog, you can only make out shades of gray. That sucks. You feel your heart skip a beat and you realize that your human body has died. Your soul is destined to spend eternity in the body of a dog, or at least until the dog dies. Lost in the palace of the dynast, you're not going to be able to finish your quest. Okay. What should we do? Which bottle should we take? I don't know what bottle to take. Oh god, is that the right bottle? How do you know? How do I get out of this body? We're stuck. He said the bottle is the same as the one that the wine one, but it's clear. But I couldn't tell as the. Maybe we shouldn't waste time giving us the key. They all look clear, don't they? Or yeah, they all look clear. Let's get the fat one. Okay. Now, okay, we gave. I don't know how to get outside of my. Oh, touch. You nuzzle your motionless body. Oh no, it's not clear. It's orange. Contact sparks the transfers of your soul. A familiar dizziness overwhelms you. When you recover, you're back in your human body. The dog looks at you with trusting, loyal eyes. Evidently, some bond was created when you passed your soul into its body. It sidles up to you, intent on accompanying you wherever you go. Shall we drink? Let's drink the bottle, the orange bottle. You must be holding the bottle? Sure. Drink it. So we're dead. I think we're dead. Give him the stake. Cast possession. Wait, what? Why didn't that work? Okay, let's do that again. Give him the stake. Use magic on the dog. Possession. Let's just leave the key for now. Well, okay. Let's go upstairs. Let's save the game. This one wasn't good. Let's get this one. Take the bottle. Go back down. Let's give him the bottle. Let's touch Haplo. No, that doesn't look good either. Let's drink the bottle. Nope. Next. We're colorblind, so we can't fucking tell. How about this one? This one looks pretty clear. I don't know though. Ah, it's purple. You don't have enough time, you die. No, we never tried this one. That was the first one I grabbed. Watch me be right. It's fucking green. This can't be right. Ugh. Purple's not, we want clear. This looks clear. Yay! Drink it. Take a big swig from the clear bottle, grateful that you were able to tell it from the color bottle when it didn't filter out any of the multicolored lines on the tablecloth. Well, that's how we're supposed to tell. I mean, okay. That's tough. I don't remember what the tablecloth looks like. You feel the effects at once. The knots in your stomach loosen, and the weight lifts from your limb. Ah. 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 No, 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 no. Okay, which one was it? Yeah. Yeah, I guess all these ones are blocking a line except for this one. I didn't notice that. And it's kind of hard to see. All these are blocking on a particular line. That's what save scum is for. Let us talk to Edmund.
Hello, my friend. It looks like we're both in the same boat. So much for relying on the hospitality of strangers.
That is all.
That's all. We'll talk later.
Sure.
Let's give Edmund the cure. The prince guzzles the remainder of the clear liquid. The effect is immediate. The pain drains from his face and body. He hands the empty bottle back to you with a sigh of relief. It's good. It's not fun to start off a stream when you're poisoned, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, my friend?
Would you accompany me? We'll talk later.
That's all. We'll...
Sure.
Hi, doggy. Let's get the key. Drop the key there. Thank you, doggy. Take the key. Use the key on the manacles. You slide the key into the lock. What are you talking about, Wills? Hold your manacles shut. A quick twist pops the shackles open. Now let us free Edmund. You reach over to the prince's manacles and insert the key into the lock. I like how he's just lying there still with... Let's take the vice. I have a vice! Use the vice on the dog! Just kidding, he won't do that. Will that make you guys upset? Tighten the vice on the dog. Alright. Let's talk to Edmund.
Yes, my friend?
Would you accompany me?
Would you accompany me? I'm looking to get out of here.
I'd be happy to. Let's leave while we can.
Free! Oh, look, I gotta look at my party. Dog and then dude. Can we talk to the dog? Pet the dog. The dog wags his tail. He seems to like you.
Yes, my friend?
You know the way back to your people?
Hi,
You can
Inky.
get us there?
You need
Of
a
course.
new tailor.
If I
Your
can get hold of a
clothes are
ship, I
absolutely
can pilot
dreadful.
it directly to the secret caves.
Hi, Ghost. Plain old school Sundays. Deathgate. The Deathgate cycle! We just freed ourselves from prison.
That's all. We'll talk later.
Sure. It's not like I've got anything else to do.
Sorry. Alright guys, let's escape from prison.
Behind a
Ah!
panel in that wall is a tunnel which leads directly to the docks. We should be able to
Great,
sneak
man. How
out
you
to
doing?
your ship and sail away before they know what's happening. When we're away, I'll direct you to the caves where my people hide. I must tell them about the situation here, and perhaps they can help you as well.
We're currently in the realm of stone, trying to reform the world. In this world, the world's been split asunder into 5 different realms. So I'm on a holy quest, kind of. So what do I do? All right, guys. Before we go in that door, let's go up the stairs. You need to play that one? Carrion? What is that? Never heard of it. You hear the guards at the top of the stairs speaking softly and decide against going up there. Okay, let's go in the door. Wait, what's to the left? Oh, this is my ship! Look at that evil fucking castle. Look at that evil castle. Like the deserted city you visited, the palace has been carved from the surrounding rock. Unlike the city, you see living gods outside, the lights in the windows. Remember when why I came here? Why have I never heard of this? A Lovecraftian game? You know I like Lovecraft, right? You don't tell me anything. Anyway, let's go inside the door. Okay. You heave the door open and wander into the dark tunnels beyond. You're in a dimly lit chamber within an ancient catacombs. Guys, let's look at the arch. Let's look at the catacombs. We have a doggy and an elf prince with us. I don't know. I think he knows that stuff, I don't. You're standing in a dimly lit chamber within an ancient catacombs. Let's look at the arch. Queenie, look at the arch. It's an arching section of wall. Oh, that's a toughie. Like, we need to talk Ido one day. Who's Ido? Yeah, if someone asked you what an arch was, what would you say an arch was? Like, Inky, what is an arch? Ghost, what's an arch? It's tough. What do you say? It's like a thing that arches. That's not valid. A doorway to another world? I don't know if that's right, Queenie. It's a thing that Mickey D's. That's a streamer answer. You wander down the curving passage and quickly become lost. Eventually, you find yourself completely turned around and back at the start of the catacombs. What? Wait, what are we supposed to do?
Yes, my friend? That's sure.
Are we supposed to, like, go to his people first? Let's go to his people first.
This is an incredible vessel.
Thank you.
Great workmanship. I've never seen anything like it. I assume that the steering is similar to the ships that I've piloted. If you'll give me leave, I'll take us to the secret caves on the edge of the Fire Sea.
New Lovecraft game? What? You nod and Edmund, smiling, plants himself in front of the steering wheel. Whee! Where are we going? You guys can't see it. Oh, there we go. The lava! Well, that wasn't a very secret cave. Secret cave! Westmark Manor. Look at that Cthulhu cave. Look at that Cthulhu cave. Up close, the cave was obvious, but until you landed, the entrance was almost invisible. It's like a Cthulhu butthole. It's a Japanese horror mangaka? Okay. It's easy to see why the prince chose this site to hide his people. Okay, Inky Bada Booty Boo. Inky Bada Bada Beady Booty Boo. Inky Bada Beady Boo Ba Boo Boo. Queenie, look up this Westmark Manor for me. And give me a report.
Thank you, my friend, for helping me escape. I will be forever in your debt, and I intend to help you in your quest. Right now, however,
I figured,
I
Dinky.
must speak with some of the elders.
See you, Ghost.
I have to tell them about Clytus, and we must make
Thanks for
plans.
hanging out.
If you go back to the palace, I will meet you there. We have a few ships ourselves that can take me. Until then, farewell.
Wait, he's leaving me? Wait, I thought he was gonna help me with the catacombs. Oh, he's gonna meet us at the palace, okay. So he's leading a bunch of Sartan. Look at these dudes. Look, gamblers! What is a bunch of gamblers doing here? A few of the Sartan refugees have retired to a corner of the cave to play some sort of game. They are tossing tiny white hexagonal objects on the ground and arguing over the results. The dog sniffs around the wall to the east. My dog is sniffing. My dog is sniffing. Should we look at the... One of the cave walls feels like rock and looks like rock, but has an otherworld quality to it. Something about it isn't right, guys. Oh my god. Game mangaka game. What do we do? Inky, what do we do? Queenie, give me a report on, give me a report on the Westfall Manor. You have a job. No. Incorrect. What we should do is we should use magic on the cave wall and identify it. There's something magical about the cave wall, but even the identify spell can't tell you what it is. The dog growls and backs away. Hey, it's Balthazar. I'll dance with him. A somber Sartan sits against the wall reading a book. He is thin to the point of being gaunt. He reminds you of the Walking Dead you discovered in the deserted city, but his skin has the faintest flush of life, and his eyes are alert and intelligent. We'll go down to we want to. Should we talk to the gamblers? Wait, secret cove. Look at that butt! Look at that butt! Look at that booty. You go through your repertoire of attention-getting devices, finally deciding on a straight-forward tap on the shoulder. This causes the recipient to suddenly drop the playing pieces he was shaking in his hand. He starts to protest, but when the other players begin to moan, his head drops to look at the winning throw, and he laughs. It's an apartment complex nearby? Oh, wow.
That was my luckiest throw of the night, and I owe it all to you.
Remove thy booty from my face! Wait, he's about to slap his ass, did you see that? He's about to slap it. Do it. Slap your butt. Do it. Do it. Yeah! Aw.
What are you doing?
Doing? Why, we're playing Runebone. We passed the time.
I'll give you a Runebone.
To decide what we're going to do. I was losing all night until you nudged me. That last throw made up for my entire losing streak.
What are those stones you won? Sounds fancy.
What are those stones you won?
They're not stones. They're rune bones. We make them from animal bones. Each unique rune bone has an individual rune carved into it, but they all interlock. When you throw them down, they form a design. If the bones fall in such a way that they form a legal spell, you win, and all the other players must contribute one of their rune bones to you. If no recognized spell is formed, you lose the bones you threw.
You are forgiven, Queenie.
Once you run out of rune bones, you're out of the game.
Dead ass. Are these spells real?
Are these spells real? Can you cast them?
Of course not. The runes are all fictitious. We made up the runes and the spells when we made up the game. Although when I created some of my runes, I snuck a peek at a few of the bookworm's old tomes. I wanted the runes to look authentic.
You're kind of a dopey Sartan. I thought you all supposed to be smart and shit.
Since I was responsible for your
Are you
throw,
hot or is it
don't
just
you
me?
owe me some of your winnings?
Sure, my friend. I guess you did bring me luck on my heaviest bet.
Wait, am I hitting on
I
him?
suppose I could let you have a few, just so you can practice a little at the game. If you get good enough, maybe we'll let you join in.
Am I hitting on him here?
Are you hot, or is it just me?
It's just you.
What a wait, I don't get it.
That's all. Thanks, pal.
No problem.
Hey, he gave us some rune bones. The dog keeps on barking at the fucking wall.
How can I help you?
You're to clear your throat repeatedly before the thin man lifts in his sunken eyes from the book. When he does, you feel the piercing, burning intelligence of his gaze. He wants me? I don't know. I think I want him. Although his body is old and frail, you sense that his mind is as sharp as any you've encountered. He quickly looks over to you and says, "Bah. Are you Balthazar?"
Are you Balthazar?
That I am. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. Who did you say you were?
I am Haplo.
My name is Haplo.
Haplo. Haplo. Strange-sounding name. Where do you hail from?
I'm from Cairn Closteria. Let's do this one.
From the labyrinth. Your ancestors trapped my race there, and I've returned to avenge my people.
You're a patron. You've come to destroy us. Well, you'll find that I'm not quite as helpless as I appear.
Oh no, he died. Before he can do anything, he weaves his hands through the air, leaving a blazing blue trail. A rune structure you've never seen. The air around you becomes foul, choked with soot. You hack and cough and try to escape, but the dark cloud follows you everywhere. Eventually, it fills your lungs and you drop to the floor dead. Okay. Oh God. I didn't think we could die in there.
Thank you, Mike.
That was...
What do you do? What
They're not stone.
are these? Since... Are you? That's all.
No problem.
Let's get back to where we were. Okay. Let's try that again.
How can I help you?
You love our ship? Are you Balthazar?
Are you?
That I...
I am Haplo.
My name is
Haplo.
From Cairn Closteria.
from, Carn Clusteria. Very distant. I'm sure you've never heard of it.
Closteria. I have ancient maps that show the major settlements throughout Abarak, and I've never heard of Closteria.
It isn't on any of the maps. We settled the place ourselves, and only recently, within the last 200 years, gave a name to it.
It isn't on any of the maps. We settled the place ourselves, and only recently, within the last few hundred years, gave a name to it.
I see. That's certainly possible. What can I do for you?
You're the same Balthazar who is the king's necromancer?
That's correct. Although as the royal necromancer, I suppose that I serve Edmund now.
The king is dead?
He wasn't a strong man. I think perhaps he had the plague at the end. It was befuddling his senses. The prince refused to assume the leadership from his father, so we followed the king until he died. Those were strange days. The king would lead us in circles as his mind slowly decayed. His death was inevitable. When someone contracts the plague, it is only a matter of time.
What is the plague?
What is this plague?
We're not quite sure. For as long as I can remember, people have been falling prey to a mysterious sickness. We just call it the plague, for lack of a better term. When someone contracts it, he dies days later.
Great.
There is no cure. There doesn't seem to be any cause. It's not contagious in the usual sense. It strikes randomly. All of our efforts to learn more about it have proved futile.
Lovely.
The plague has decimated our population. The dead far outnumber the living. Even if our world wasn't threatened by the imminent collapse of the Colossus, I question how long the plague will let us all live.
I've been to your home.
I've been to your home. I followed your directions here.
You followed my directions here? I'm glad that my journal served some purpose. If it helped to save one life, it was worth leaving behind.
Prince Edmund has told me quite a bit about you.
The prince is a good lad. A trifle young to be sure, but holding up remarkably well under the strain of leadership. The loss of his father has been hard on him. He wasn't meant to assume the crown for years to come. My thanks for your part in bringing him home.
I'd like to talk about something else.
Certainly.
What are you reading?
What are you reading?
This is just one of my own books on magic.
Reading your own
I'm
books?
trying to master one of the lost arts. Illusion. I'm so close to the spell that I can taste it. A breakthrough last night has placed it just within reach.
What was this breakthrough?
What was this breakthrough?
I've been trying to construct the spell by taking a back route. I reasoned that if I discovered how to break an illusion, I might be able to build one. Last night, I happened upon the correct rune structure to unravel an illusion. Using this as a foundation, I should be able to construct the Create Illusion spell.
How long would that take?
How long will it take to work out the new spell?
Only a couple of years. This breakthrough has shaved decades off my research.
A couple of years? How long do you expect to be around?
You're right. Sometimes I get too involved in my own work. With the Colossus corrupted, none of us will live out the year. But there's no use in wallowing in despair. I might as well continue, since it keeps me from dwelling on our fate.
What is an illusion?
What exactly is an illusion?
An illusion is a powerful spell speaking directly to the brain of higher life forms. The spell tricks the mind into viewing reality a certain way. An ancient adept at using the spell could create an illusionary cell around you. No bars or walls would actually exist, but your brain would tell you that they did.
Busy. Ha! No, I'm not. I was winning an argument.
To make matters worse, it wouldn't matter if he told you that the cell was illusory. The spell convinces your senses, all of your senses, that the cell is there. Your hand wouldn't be able to pass through the bars, whether you believed in them or not.
You know what we should look up? We should look up, where I can get, what should I play next? We never finished Betrayal of Condor. Should I play that? We should look up on where I get that game, real quick. I'll do that while he's talking.
Like I said, the spell speaks directly to the brains of higher creatures.
There's one good reason I have two computers.
Lower animals like that dog following you around wouldn't be affected. But for the purposes of the ancient magi, that was enough.
There's like a...
It is so hard to identify...
Wait, can't you buy it?
When all of your senses are telling you that something exists, there's no reason for doubt. You can't go around suspecting everything.
I think I have it on
if you did, your suspicion
GOG.
wouldn't have any impact on the illusion.
Sorry, let me just see if I do. Create an illusion? That's easy, duh.
Create an illusion? That's easy. I've been able to do that since I was a kid.
Well then, I might as
I'm just
well
seeing
put
if I
a
have
halt
it.
to my research right now. I'll leave the teaching
What the
of
fuck
my
is this
apprentices
doing?
to you,
Oh, fuck.
and
Sorry.
I'll resurrect myself since my life's purpose is over. Thank you for the insight.
Incorrect password. Oh, come on. Yeah, I already have it. I have it on GOG. So I would just install it from GOG. I was looking up to see if I had Crondor. Hi, Inky. I missed you. Welcome back, Inky. Wait, what happened?
Yes, what is
This guy's a butthole.
What do you read?
this?
Why do you call them lost arts?
Why do you call them lost arts?
That's the frustrating part of this research. All of the magic arts that I've been uncovering were once known and practiced by the ancients. I'm walking over already trod ground. If only more of the texts had survived, I could simply read about these spells instead of having to
How y'all doing today,
reconstruct
Queen? You
them from
feeling
sketchy,
good?
half-destroyed notes.
Roger, how are you doing? Can I see your book?
Can I see your book?
I'm afraid not. I only lend my books to colleagues and
They
apprentices.
never give you
You
the
know
books
how
in this game.
valuable they are? Each contains a vital piece of information. Damage to even one of them could delay or completely halt my research.
Jesus.
Where are the rest of your books? I heard you have a whole library.
They are safe, buried in a secluded spot. I keep them guarded at all times. They are invaluable,
Crondor?
and I won't risk damaging them.
Yeah, I think I'll... Should I play that next? That was one of my favorite games growing up. Feeling much better? Good. You might want to get some exercise. Oh, he's not gonna like that.
Can you teach me any spells?
I'm afraid not. It takes a good deal of time to teach these
Oh, a
arts
smart
to
man,
a
huh?
novice.
Cool.
What's more, as a rule, I only teach my apprentices.
That's neat. I'm pretty booked on Omnified games. I'll be doing the Dark Souls series, and then this is for old games only on Sundays. Which is like, I don't play any games I've been on Omnified, and then except I made an exception for this. All right. We already talked about this.
Have you tested your Unravel Illusion spell?
Well, no, I haven't found any illusions anywhere. Not that
That's
I would
cool.
be able to recognize one if I
Well, if it's
saw it.
really
That's
good, let
the
me know.
nature of illusions. The only other way to conjure an illusion is to create one. And since I can't do that yet, I have no way of testing my Unravel Illusion spell.
I'll look it up.
Signs indicate that it is complete.
I like Lovecraftian
I'd love
games.
to find an illusion somewhere to try it out on.
Sure, Queenie.
But who knows where the ancients decided to place their illusions, if anywhere.
What'd you say, sure to Inky? Oh, Crondor? Okay, yeah, Crondor's a lot of reading, so. It's a lot of reading. And there's like no fucking sound in the game.
This is getting too technical for me. Let's talk about something else.
Certainly.
So this is home, eh? Nice decor.
There are worse places to live. As you know, Abarak is filled with warrens and tunnels. Most of them are larger, considerably more comfortable to live in. We constructed our city in one of those. These tunnels, although spacious enough to contain everyone from Telestia, are cramped, located
really?
too close to the lava of the Fire Sea, and
I never
have
finished it,
only
though.
one small, clean spring,
I could either...
providing scarcely enough
We didn't get
water
too
to
far into
sustain
it,
such a
either.
population for very
Ow.
long. Its only advantage is that the cavern is hidden. The entrance is nearly impossible to find along the extensive coast of the Fire Sea.
The Gateway game? I don't know.
Provides a perfect place to hide, which is exactly what we are doing.
I didn't look it up.
Who are you hiding from?
From Clytus's forces, of course. If they found out where we were, they'd attack instantly.
Crondor.
We'd be boxed in, trapped. We wouldn't last a day.
What are those guys yelling about in the corner?
They're playing Runebone. It's some type of gambling game, I believe, very popular with the working class. Since there's not much to do here, they play it constantly. It's very distracting.
Thank you for your help. Perhaps we'll...
As you would.
That dog is barking about that east wall, but I don't know what to do about the east wall. Anyway, he'll say he'll meet me at the palace. This is like an illusion here, right? Do I have an illusion spell? I don't think I... Do I? No. Maybe I can possess my dog and I can smell the wall or something? bitter, sharp odor draws your attention to the east. Through the dog's eyes, you see a small tunnel that you missed before, running to the cave wall. Dry, stale air from the opening carries a disturbing smell. An evening... Kings? Yeah, we can do that too, I guess. Those games are hard, though. Wait, I can go in there? Should we go inside the hidden... You feel something very wrong about the tunnel to the east. You cannot force a dog's body into it. Perhaps it has more sense than you. You see, there's a hidden tunnel.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything unusual about the cave wall to the east?
Have you noticed anything unusual about that cave wall to the east?
Unusual? No, it's just a cave wall. One of many, actually. But why?
What would you say if I told you that it was an illusion?
What would you say if I told you that it was an illusion?
I'd say, how can you possibly know that? Your brain can't distinguish reality from illusion. You are a higher life form, aren't you? That's just an assumption, mind you.
I looked at it through the dog's eyes, Yep.
I've looked at it through the dog's eyes,
Yeah, sure.
and it's not there. What do you think that means?
You mean you possessed the dog and he didn't see it? Yes, that would follow. The spell does not communicate with the lower life forms, and by possessing the body of such a form, you would bypass the magic of the illusion. You say it was the east wall.
Smart
It's
Omni.
an illusion. Imagine. I've been sitting this close to an illusion every day, eager for a chance to test my unravel illusion spell. I'll try it now.
King's Quest games are... Oh, I wonder how good I would do on them now. I remember they were hard. Balthazar wanders over to the cave wall. He touches it. He even pushes it with all his might. With questioning look in your direction, he waves his hands about, tracing blue, glowing lines in the air. When he's finished the final ruin, the spell flows into the wall. The rock flickers and dissolves like so much mist. Beyond, you see a small crawlway stretching into darkness.
It worked. It worked! This is exactly what my research needed. Now that I know the Unravel Illusion spell is correct, it won't take long to finish the Create Illusion spell.
Should we go in there? Hey, I learned a new spell. Illusion. Let's go inside. The dog stays behind, gristling and growling at the tunnel. The air in this small, hidden cavern is heavy and thick. Something happened here, something very evil. There's a robe. Should we look at the robe? Given its age, the flowing black robe is in surprisingly good condition. The hood and sleeves are a bit frayed, but the black back is badly torn. I don't know, let's take the robe. Your fingers touch the black material of the robe. It feels inexplicably cold. The frost runs up your arm, and soon your whole body begins to shiver. The rocks of the cave seem to take on life of their own. They whirl and twist and become something totally new. You realize that you are seeing a vision of an entirely different place. You see a man dressed in the robe you touched. Although the room is dark, he is unmistakably certain. He stands in front of a gigantic stone spire covered with magic runes. His attention is focused on the large rune in the center of the spire. A nervous dwarf stands nearby, watching the man cast spell after spell at the rune. The wizard curses and yells as the blue fire strikes the stone, but without effect. Finally, a particularly fierce spell actually affects the column. Its usually constant blue glow grows faint. With a triumphant shriek, the wizard commands the dwarf to approach the spire and break the rune. The dwarf quakes with fear, but remains steadfast. He approaches the... rune with the hammer and wedge held out in front of him. When he cautiously touches them to the rune, a massive explosion throws his body back like a rag doll. The man shrieks again, but in frustration. He curses the dwarf's limp body For its weakness, the strength of the madness enters the wizard, and even while maintaining the spells that hold the spire's rune at bay, he simultaneously casts a mighty spell. Mightly spell? I don't know. Too quick to memorize upon the dwarf's corpse. A misty image of the dwarf appears, floating over the body. Its expression is one of pain and terror. It's as if something has taken hold of it in the manner of a rope wrapped around the foot and is dragging its back into the corpse. When the spirit image has been totally subsumed by the body, the dwarf's eyes jerk open. The man in black screams at the dwarf. Screams at the dwarf to finish his task. Slowly the dwarf drags himself to his feet, gathers up the hammer and wedge, and approaches the spire. He touches the tools to the rune again. Again, the magic reacts, but now the explosion only rips flesh from his bones, and somehow the dwarf manages to stay his ground. 5 blows of his hammer force a chunk from the center of the rune to fall away. Immediately, the rune's glow vanishes, and all the other runes of the spire grow a bit darker. The man in black laughs as he picks up the piece of the stone. He admires the rock in his hand as if it were some kind of relic. Then he turns his attention to the obvious hole in the spire's rune. With his free hand, he weaves an intricate spell that is too complicated to follow, and suddenly, the rune appears to be whole again. The strange pair exit the chamber, leaving the spire seemingly whole, but much darker than it started. Is that the Colossus or something? Did he sabotage the Colossus? Look at this evil guy. Oh, the scene shifts. Now you see the same man seated on the throne. He holds a scepter which has, as its headpiece, the same chunk of stone from the spire. Others in his court display obvious fear of their ruler and keep quite a distance from him. The man seems to prefer it. You see no sign of the dwarf. Look at this powerful man, the big staff. Another scene, the wizard is much older. He is handing the scepter to another younger man whose face bears a close resemblance to that of the wizard. You can see the avarice and longing in his eyes and the reluctance in the eyes of the wizard in black. After the younger man has snatched the scepter away, he takes no further notice of the older wizard and slowly walks off with it. I can't, why is this on my screen? I can't get rid of it. Why is this on my fucking screen? All right. What? Now you see the old wizard in his very cave. He stands on the rock floor alone. The madness in his eyes is overwhelming. He murmurs to himself for a while. You catch only the mouthings of a few words. They'll never find me. It's never bringing me back. Never. His hands wave aimlessly in the air. But then you begin to see the blue traces of a spell. Soon the rune construct is completed. It flies into his body and explodes in flames. The wizard thrashes a bit, but in short order is no more than a pile of ash. Surprisingly, the robe he wore has been left untouched by the flames. Okay. Nothing happens for a while. Then you realize that the visions have ended, and that you are looking at the same scene only thousands of years later. The robe lies in the same place, covering the ashy remains of the old wizard. Tentatively, you pick up the robe, but no further images haunt you. I now have a robe. Can I wear it? You slip the black robe over your body. Although the back is rather torn, from the front you cut an imposing figure. Oh, can I go talk to that one dwarf then? What is this? Take the spell book. Spell book? Let's read it. Ooh. Necromancy 101. Necromancy for dummies. Necromancy. The study of necromancy. Let it be known by any who would read this book, who would learn of the dark practice of necromancy, that it is forbidden. Let the reader do so at the peril of to his soul and to those of his brethren. This tome is intended for information's sake only. He who disregards a warning and undertakes to practice this discipline has committed a crime against his race, and at this time, a crime punishable by death, by the order of the Sartan High Council. If this warning strikes you as too harsh, you are obviously not familiar with the after effects of this art. Simply put, for every person brought back from death, another of his race shall die untimely. This spell is tantamount. Oh, so is that what the plague is? Is because they're raising people from the dead and okay. To murder, therefore it is treated as such. Necromancy is literally death magic. It can be used to draw back the spirits of the dead and force it to inhabit the body as rightfully vacated. This does not bring the dead back to life. Indeed, the body loses its ability to feel and heal its wounds. Eventually, even the best kept corpse will be useless. Countless accidents and daily wear will eventually exhaust its potential. And the spirit never quite grasps what has happened. It exists in a state of constant confusion. In its own mind, it is reliving the past. It replays events that it has experienced, despite different environments and the lack of other players and props. Some lose contact with this world entirely and live only in their created reality of the past. But this is an extreme case. Most spirits can understand and communicate with the living. This is their only benefit. Resurrected corpses obey the living as well as they can, given their mental and physical limitations. In a situation where the living cannot function, at peril to life or health, a corpse can perform admirably. Necromancy was discovered by accident. A failed experiment to uncover the soul's destination after death unexpectedly provided the base for resurrection. No one understands precisely what the spell does. The spell's results are understood. But where are we? Drawing the spirit from? What are we consigning it to? Why does another person have to die? And why only from the same race? These questions will have to remain unanswered. Until the next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Spell itself is as follows. Yay, new spell. What does that remind everyone of? I'll give you all a second. Think on it. This text should serve only to remind that the practice of necromancy has been condemned. By forgetting the art and its consequences, we risk the future generations will unwittingly follow our footsteps, rediscover the discipline, and repeat our mistakes. Look upon this text as knowledge pure and simple. Knowledge never kills or destroys except in the hands of those who misuse it. Beep, 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 beep. You have learned a new spell. What did I learn? Self-immolation? I learned a spell called self-immolation. There was a... Yeah, I will do it. Like an artist, you carefully draw the rune structure in the air. It floats close and slips inside your chest. Instantly, it feels as if your heart has caught fire. You scream and scream until the fire eats away your lungs and throat. After that, you don't have much to scream about. Stream is lit. Game over. Alright, well. Only a vaguely human outline of ash remains on the floor. Oh, can I resurrect him? I can have resurrection now. You cast a spell, but it fizzles on contact with the remains. Not only is it too little to bring back, but the spell works only shortly after death. Clytus has been dead for thousands of years. But I'm wearing the robe right now. I bet with the robe I can go talk to that one dwarf. The cave is much larger than it appears on the outside, but okay. You run up to Balthazar and eager to discuss the amazing vision you just experienced. I just had an incredible vision when I picked up the black robe. What do you think it means?
I just had an incredible vision when I picked up this black robe. What do you think it means?
A vision? Tell me about it. This is amazing. You've just experienced the life of our first dynast, Clytus I. It answers quite a few questions I've had about his rise to power and his reign.
Awesome spell.
It also answers many questions about our current situation.
How did this happen? Why did I see all of these things when I picked up the robe? I don't know why I'm reading it.
How did this happen? Why did I see all of these things when I picked up the robe?
I'm not exactly sure. It's possible that when Clytus took his own life, the robe became infused with his spirit. This happens sometimes, especially when the death is particularly violent and the victim is very powerful in magic. When you picked up the robe, what was left of Clytus, lying there for thousands of years, passed through you. Your mind interpreted this by showing his memories. This is all
Okay,
speculation,
thank you.
realize.
Sure, we'll do those games, Queenie. Most of them. But, yep. I don't know, is like Chrono Cross, is that an old game? It is an older game. Should I include console games? But those are like, those are games that, I don't know. Like games like this, like, I'm sure plenty of streamers have played Chrono Cross. Right? Yeah, well, I'll think about it. I never played it. Any good? How can you follow up on Chrono Trigger?
Can you interpret the bit about Clytus's grab for power?
I would be happy to. What would you like to know?
Wasn't there a room?
Wasn't there a ruling council at that time? Could you tell me about it?
The High Council once governed over all of Abarak. Clytus was a member. It democratically
Fix your screen, Roger.
laws for all Sartan and at one time the Mensch as well. When the Mensch woke the Sartan, the Council was the body that decided on the course of action. To put a handful of the Mensch to sleep and wait for the interconnection. The Council would have continued to rule if Clytus had not been so power-hungry.
How'd I do? We picked, I don't know, we picked up a guy's robe and it was the first ruler of this realm, Roger, and did you see that part? How about that D&D arcade game? Sure. How do we, I don't know how we do it though, cause like with the D&D arcade game, you have like infinite lives. You know, cause you have infinite coins. Sure, add it to the list. All right, how did he convince the council to let them disband and institute a monarchy?
How did he convince the council
Oh yeah, it's
to
on
let him
Steam.
disband
Yeah.
it
Okay.
and institute a
I forgot.
monarchy?
He didn't have the
Sure, add it to
political
the
power
list.
to do that. No one did. So he required magical power to back his play. He made himself undefeatable with the scepter. No one dared to oppose him after he created it. It was child's play to institute the monarchy. He merely eliminated every possible opponent.
Why did he do all this? For power.
Why did he do all
For pussy.
this?
I believe that to be a member of Abarak's council, the only requisite was a mastery of magic. This
You can play
implied
too, Inky.
intelligence, but
We can
not
have 3 players, right?
necessarily Sanity.
No one will
Clytus was
talk in chat
clearly
then.
Insane.
That's
if
okay,
not
though.
before his play for power, then afterwards.
Roger, you want to play too? We'll do a 4-player D&D game.
Let's move on to another topic.
Very well.
Can you tell me exactly
I was
what
right.
happened to the Colossus?
That was the
The
Colossus.
Colossus is the source of Abarak's magic. It is what warms the stone, melts the ice, and feeds water throughout the world. It was an
arcade game?
unparalleled marvel, by far the greatest of the ancients' achievements. It contains so much power that it's easy to see why Clytus lusted after it.
Lust.
What was the rune that he was battling
What was the name of the
It
arcade?
was a containment rune. The spell was a cap for the Colossus's magic. It sealed the spells inside to keep the magic from flowing out, so that the Colossus would last forever.
What happened when he finally subdued it?
Over a period of several months, Clytus wove an intricate set of spells that temporarily weakened the containment.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, Roger.
When the structure had drained the rune of enough power, he had his dwarf servant carve a chunk of the rune away. It was a central line of the rune. Without it, the symbol was meaningless and therefore powerless. The Colossus's magic began to drain away.
Why did he do? What did he do?
What did he do by removing a chunk of the rune?
It was much like taking a chunk of flesh from your body. The
Ew.
magic field inside
Take
of the
my
Colossus
chunk.
started to leak out, like blood from a vital wound.
Take my chunk.
Why did he do this when it would eventually destroy this world? Didn't he think ahead?
It's true that eventually the Colossus would lose enough power to cease supporting Abarak. I'm sure Clytus must have known this. It's possible that Clytus was counting on the interconnection. He must have reasoned that thousands of years would pass before it would actually make a difference. Long before that, the interconnection would occur, and Abarak would survive on the energies provided from it. On that, I'm a little unclear as well. The interconnection is a little mystical to me, but it's obvious that the ancients believed in it. Perhaps they shouldn't have. Thousands of years have passed and no interconnection has taken place. The Colossus is failing and it's taking our world with it.
What did he do at the end, before he left it?
Clytus was intelligent. He knew that people would see the Colossus with a huge chunk missing from the containment room and realize something was amiss, so he
Shadow of the Colossus
upon it. Now the Colossus looks normal, even feels normal, but the hole is still there, the rune is still broken, and magic continues to flow.
Oh, that dwarf in the tunnels. That's a personal servant of Clytus who, it said he imprisoned him in that, I don't know, in the cave. And, okay. I remember that story now.
Can the Colossus be fixed?
That's an interesting
We're gonna go to that dwarf
Suppose
next.
it could. If the rune were reconnected, it would begin to function again. The spell would hold in the magic as it is supposed to. I don't know if the Colossus has enough magic left at this point to support Abarak anymore, but at least it wouldn't lose anymore.
Okay.
The original fragment, if it were replaced, would do this. Actually, it wouldn't have to be the original fragment. Anything that had the missing line that fit into the hole would reconnect the rune. The complete rune is the important element, not the composition of the rock. If something with a fragment shape were placed inside the hole, the containment rune would reactivate.
Gauntlet? Okay. I remember Gauntlet.
Enough about
I
this.
have that on Nintendo.
Very well.
Oh my god.
What's the deal with the dwarf?
The dwarf
So
was
much talking.
Clytus's personal servant. He worshipped Clytus, very like a well-trained dog. I believe that's how Clytus saw him as well, not much more than an animal.
Why did Clytus bring him along?
Why did Clytus bring him along?
Clytus needed someone else to break the rune. It required all of his concentration and effort merely to subdue it. While he focused on weakening the rune,
Yeah, they had an
he had the
arcade
dwarf
version too.
run in and
I'm sure
carve
they
off
made a
the
PC
chunk.
version. What did Clytus do?
What did he do while Clytus battled the
We know
rune?
the answer to
He
these.
just waited to be of
Or I guess we
service.
don't.
Every day, he walked with Clytus through the catacombs to the Colossus
fun.
and waited. If you count the amount of times he wandered in and out of the
Alright, I'm gonna
catacombs
do
with
Gauntlet
nothing
sometime.
to do, that dwarf must have known it like the back
Old
of
school
his
game.
hand. You couldn't get much more dedicated.
What happened to him when he tried it for the first game?
What happened to him when he
Okay,
tried it
Queenie.
the first time?
Add it to the
Even
list.
the runes
You like
magic
making
was
lists? Okay.
strong. Clytus
can put it on
should have known
Discord.
better than to send a mensch to cut
It's
the
a new
rune.
version of
It
Gauntlet?
killed him
You're
instantly.
such a Virgo? Do
I
Virgos like
believe
making...
that this is where Clytus
Let's
finally
waste a
went
ton of
mad.
cores on that? Yeah,
He
those
was
arcade
so
games were...
close to his goal,
Those would
and
eat
his
your wallet.
plans were about to be foiled by a lowly mensch.
New version of
In
Gauntlet? Oh, yeah.
desperation, he
Isn't there a
resurrected
Gauntlet
the
64?
dwarf, knowing that the result would be much more resistant to damage
For
than the dwarf's
N64?
original
I'm
body.
sorry I keep you out
The
in.
corpse
I
dragged
just...
himself up,
I can't help
and
it.
still loyal to Clytus, removed the chunk of stone from the containment room. Clytus succeeded in breaking the rune at only the cost of a mensch. A bargain.
I just like, we've been sitting listening to this old fucker talk forever.
Is that when Clytus instituted the practice
Yeah, I'm
of
okay.
necromancy among the Sartan?
Come to think of it, you're right. Coincidental timing? Perhaps not. It's possible that he instituted the practice to justify his own actions. That's almost unthinkable. We've been using necromancy for thousands
I'll get up when
of
I gotta get
years
more coffee.
to cover for one man's mistake? I certainly hope that's not the case.
It is, bitch.
Where did he end up?
After Clytus had broken the containment rune, he had no further use of his servant. He banished him to the ancestral home of the dwarves. It's a complex of caves fairly near to Telestia. The dwarf obsessed about Clytus for years.
Oh,
Having the mental retention of the dead,
What?
he eventually forgot
That
that
beat
he had
spooky.
completed the mission and broke the
Murder.
rune, so he sat in his cave waiting for Clytus to come and take him back to the catacombs. I think he's been
Do
waiting
you
there
believe?
ever since.
Let's move along to another subject.
Very well.
didn't I already ask about this?
Tell me about the Scepter of Rulership.
After Clytus took the chunk from the Colossus, he fashioned a scepter.
Oh my god, there's so much info!
What kind of power did this scepter have?
Mostly destructive. It could turn a man to ash with no more than a flick of the wrist. I believe it also had powers of a more subtle nature, though my texts don't address these. What is written is that the scepter is unmatched in sheer destructive force.
In sheer destructive force.
How did it get its power?
When the chunk was removed,
Chunk!
the containment rune was broken. Magic began to seep from it, much like blood from a wound. It was always Clytus's intention to draw magic from the wound for his own purposes. He found that he could focus this power through the piece of the Colossus that he possessed. That is why he fashioned the scepter, using the fragment as
I
the
have to
head.
pee. Okay. Did we already hear this stuff?
Why did the Count...
Clytus was drawing upon the magic
No.
of the Colossus. Nothing could withstand that. Where the other wizards had to weave the rune construct slowly into the air and pull the possibilities of their spells into this reality, Clytus could just disintegrate them with the wave of his hand. Before any organized resistance could be brought to bear, Clytus had eliminated any council member powerful or stubborn enough to oppose him. The others fell into line like cattle.
Like cattle, baby.
Is there any way to counter the scepter?
That's like asking if there is any way to defeat the Colossus. In a sense, it is the same thing. The scepter draws upon the Colossus's power. It
I'm
cannot,
actually looking forward to Condor. Kinda, I guess.
although it wouldn't be necessary to overcome the scepter if it were rendered useless. This is just a wild thought. But the scepter focuses the power of the Colossus that is leaking from the broken containment rune. If the rune were completed and the containment spell resumed working, the scepter couldn't draw upon the magic. It would be useless.
Oh my god.
All of this speculation is worthless as well. You can't render the scepter useless without completing the containment rune. You can't complete the rune without replacing the headpiece inside the Colossus. And you can't get the headpiece without rendering the scepter useless. A vicious circle.
Is that a circle?
Where is the scepter now?
When Clytus grew too old to rule, he placed the scepter in the hands of his eldest son, Clytus II, and disappeared. The line is continued unbroken until this day. Clytus XIV now holds the scepter and rules Abarak.
Abarak.
I would guess that he has it within his palace.
Do do do. Do 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 do.
Let's talk about something else.
Very well.
Explain why Clytus ran away at the end?
I have a theory. After he passed the scepter on to his son,
Alright.
Clytus...
I found a book lying alongside of Clytus. It claims that necromancy is for...
That is the final answer.
I don't care.
The one
Can
I
go.
have been dreading my entire life. Necromancy is forbidden. Of course.
Knew it.
You said that
Called
for
it.
every person brought back, another dies untimely? This is what we have termed the plague. We have unwittingly been killing ourselves for centuries, and we have done so at the command of a long-dead maniac. How could we have been so blind?
Haha.
We have to change. We have to put things right. I shall stop the practice of necromancy with my people, but it's only a start. We have to
Alright.
That's all I need to know.
As you wish.
Thank God. Alright, I want to do some stuff. Let's go visit that dwarf in the tunnels. And, I'm wearing a robe right now, so maybe we can, you know, maybe he'll follow us. Or maybe you don't remember the dwarf I'm talking about, but the dwarf over here.
Grab the snake and hold him fast. Don't let him go. Grab him quick or you won't last if you're too slow. Grab the snake and hold him fast. Don't let him go. Grab him quick or you won't last if you're too slow.
If you're too slow.
Grab the
stick.
Don't let him go. Grab him quick or you won't last if you're too slow. Grab the snake and hold him fast.
This guy.
My lord,
Yeah, it worked.
I knew you would return. I have been faithful. As you asked, I spoke to no one about you. I have waited for you to take me back to the Colossus so that we can complete what we started. Take me with you, my lord, please. Take me with you.
He's so ugly. You look like hell. Are you sure you can walk?
You look like hell. Are you sure you can walk? I'm not gonna carry you.
These legs will carry me as far as you wish to go. My devotion to my lord will buoy me.
Buoy. How about you buoy my booty?
You sat here for thousands of years waiting for me?
I've waited ever since you sent me here. I knew you would return to take me away. I always knew.
They're coming to take me away. They're coming to take me away.
Do you know the way through the catacombs?
Of course I do. The dwarf never forgets his way, especially through underground tunnels. I can find my way to the Colossus blindfolded.
I certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so. Your eyes are so weak that you might as well be wearing a blindfold.
My eyes are fine. It's just that the world has grown a bit blurry lately.
Of course. Come with me now. We shall go there immediately.
Yes, my lord.
Joints
Of
unused
course, my lord.
for centuries.
Let's go. I'm ready.
You interrupted me. Hey, I got a new guy in my party, the dead dwarf.
Grab the snake and hold him.
All right. Let's go back to that catacomb area then. Yeah, we already spent the time unlocking that dwarf, so I bet this will solve itself pretty quickly. So now we can.
I thought you might be coming back here, and you might need me. The rest of my people are on their way to storm the palace. I came ahead to aid you. I hope you don't mind. I see you're climbing in the social circles.
I'm a climber, baby.
The Colossus! Break the rune! Break the rune! My lord commands me!
Yeah, a dog, an elf prince, or a Sartan prince, and a dead dwarf. Totally beyond reason, he pushes you aside and charges into the catacombs. The door jams the door slams shut, not jams slut, behind him, catching his rotted shirt in the door jam and tearing a piece of the cloth off. His footsteps echo as he runs deep into the maze. The dwarf's screams appear to have alerted the guards. Oh boy. You hear some questioning grunts and loud stomping. Whoa, what do I do? Hold on. What? jam slut. There's a cloth. Take the cloth. You take the cloth from the door. But now what?
Someone has entered the catacombs without authorization. The Dynast is coming. Wait for Clytus. He's the only one who knows the way through the catacombs, and he wants this intruder himself.
What? What do I do? Oh.
We've got the stinking rebel trapped now. Only Clytus knows the way through the catacombs. He'll be here in a second to track that lowlife down and kill him.
He ran away.
You hear me, rebel? You're going to die!
So we're dead. Well, I don't know what to do. The footsteps get closer from the sound of it. There's only one pursuer, but he's running. He knows these catacombs well, and he's gaining fast. Well, man, they sure give you a lot of time.
Patron, I knew you would be trouble. I should have killed you when I first had the chance. It seems that I have been far too generous lately. I'll have to rectify that.
It was a scepter, and then you blow up. Boy, I don't know what to do here. I'm not too sure what to do here. Take the cloth. Can I like hide or something? Cloth is rotted, old, and very smelly. You would be too if you had been wrapped around the dead dwarf for a couple of thousand years. I don't know what to do. Oh yeah, good idea. Show the cloth to the dog. Very good idea, Inky. The dog diligently sniffs at the cloth and then lowers his keen nose to the ground. After a few fruitless moments, it raises its head and looks at you with sorrowful eyes. Well, we have to go into the door.
We've got the stinking...
Very good, Inky. You hold the cloth in front of the dog, he sniffs at it and lowers his keen nose to the ground. His ears perk up and he points to the north. Okay, let's go north. You're in a dimly lit chamber with the ancient catacombs. The dog sniffs a bit and then points to the north. You hear a commotion towards the beginning of the catacombs. Clytus is yelling at the guards to stay back and watch the entrance while he enters to take care of the problem. You assume that this means you... No, that's fine. You're not backseating if you don't know. Then you're just... it's fine if you don't know the answer. If you're playing, you're just playing the game with me, that's fine. It's when he knows the answer where it sucks. I don't like that. Feels like I'm a cute girl or something. They're like, hey, cute girl, I'm gonna touch you too because you're a dumb cute girl, you know? No, I ain't a dumb cute girl. Okay? I'm more than just his face. Okay? All right, north. The dog sniffs a bit, then points to the north. There's nothing up. The dog points to the west. There's only one way to go. Points to the south. Points to the west. Points to the north. Footsteps get closer. From the sound of it, there's only one pursuer, but he's running. He knows these catacombs well and he's getting fast. North. North. West? He's gonna catch up to me, isn't he? West. North. 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 A huge stone spire rises from the pool of lava like a giant penis. Its surface is covered with the ancient mystic runes of the Sartan. The footsteps continue to pound behind you, very close now. I know, it's quite amazing. We don't know if we actually can do anything here, though. Like, we might be stuck. I mean, giant penis. So we're supposed to, like, patch it, right? No, it doesn't let you, it doesn't even let you try without the dog. So what do we do? Look at the Colossus. The Colossus rises from a round pool of lava in the middle of the room. The stone spire is covered by Sartan ruins, too complicated to follow. One large rune in the center attracts your attention, or your eyeball. Of all the runes are glowing, but they sputter as if the spells they represent are faltering. So I have these rune bones, but I don't see anything I can interact with on here, other than the rune. Larger in the center of the stone spire is the focus of the many spells placed upon it. The symbol is the spell that contains the magic inside the Colossus. It keeps the Colossus magic from leaking out. Although it looks completely inactive, it isn't working very well. You can sense the magic flowing from the Colossus like a fountain. Well, unravel illusion, right? We cast unravel illusion because there's an illusion on there, right? There is an illusion on the rune. That guy did an illusion during his As you trace the runes in the air, you start to sense the wrongness of the Colossus, the crux of its magic. The containment rune was broken and then covered up with an illusion. You spell carefully, unties the deception until your illusion completely unravels and falls away. What remains is a hole in the center of the containment rune where an important line should be. Without this line, to complete the rune is powerless, and it has been ever since the piece of the Colossus was removed. Right here. So I have these rune bones. This might work, this one right here. Or this one might work. Rune bone. Should we try this one? Put the rune bone in the hole. Put the bone in the hole. The rune bone doesn't fit inside the hole, at least. Not very well. Are any of these gonna work? How about this one? No. Should I cast like a rune transfer? So here we might be stuck because I don't know what we can do really. Put the marmalade bread on it. Put the marmalade bread in the hole. It doesn't fit inside the hole. Well, I don't know what we can do here.
Patron, I knew you would be trouble. I should have...
Oh, here's a stone seal piece. Take it. You slipped the seal piece from its honored place. But then now what? Can we put this in there? None of the spells you know will have any significant effect on the hole, okay. Yeah, I don't think we have something. I don't know. I think we're missing something. Where are we? I think we're outside the... Wait, I have an idea. The clock tower. This thing again. Not this guy. How do we do this? Yeah, here's its headpiece. Can I take the headpiece now? The headpiece is held firmly by iron tongues. How do we get the headpiece? This is what we need, right? The headpiece. Yeah. What do we do? Yeah, this is totally what we do, but how do we get the headpiece? Can I cast motion on the statue? No. So we have to get this out of there. What is this magic arrow for? Motion only works on a humanoid, inanimate objects. It's very specific. Oh, let me use magic on the drum. Motion. Won't work, obviously. Hey, Zion. I don't have any, There's only some way to get it to, like, fall down somehow. But I don't know how to make it move. Like, it doesn't want to move ever. How do I do this? Great, how are you doing? Just trying to figure out how to get this headpiece. I have a bottle. Oh, a vice. Can I use it on the... Does the vice work? The vice won't fit in between the tongs of the scepter while it's open. What the hell does that mean? Loosen. What do you mean? Okay, tighten? Okay. Okay. Put the vice in the scepter? Really? Oh my god. You shove the vice in between the tongs. Okay, great. Then, loosen. You twist the screw and slowly the tongs of the scepter begin to wrench apart. After quite a while of intense effort, the stone headpiece falls from the tongs clutches to the metal platform below. Oh my god. We have a headpiece! Damn, so we were stuck on that before. Alright. Save. Yay, yeah, we figured it out. Stuck no more. Let's go to the palace. Let's,
I thought you might be
we already read all this, so open the door. Okay. Get the cloth. Go inside the door.
We've got the stinking
Give the cloth to the doggy. Go north. 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 West. South. This is not that hard of a maze though, west. It's like only one way to go, kinda. North, north. West, I mean, okay, that's not true. North, north, okay. We are back to the giant penis. Okay, so we cast, Unravel Illusion. Okay, I'm not reading this because we were already here. Now we can put the headpiece on there, then we win, right? Well, let me grab the rune first. Take the stone seal piece. That's what we're here for. And put the headpiece where the hole is. You place the copy of the headpiece into the hole in the containment rune. It slips inside smoothly and firmly. The lines carved on top of the headpiece connect with the remainder of the rune and complete the spell. Immediately the room begins to glow. It isn't very bright, but you sense the spell is working. The Colossus magic is being held inside the spire. None is leaking out as it did before.
Patron, I knew you would be trouble. I should have killed you when I first had the chance. And the young prince as well. It seems that I have been far too generous lately. I'll have to rectify that.
Colitis! Sartan lifts his scepter and holds it dramatically in front of his body. But nothing happens. He tries it a few more times, staring into disbelief. The prince laughs, draws his sword, and pounces on the confused dynast. Colitis doesn't have the sense enough to scream, but looks bewildered by the sword wound left by the prince's attack. He topples into the moat of lava surrounding the colossus as the powerless scepter falls from his lifeless fingers. Yay!
So, Haplo, you are a patron. I know about your race. Balthazar taught me well. This should make us enemies, but you have helped me. You have helped my people. Perhaps you did this for your own reasons, but I owe you a debt of gratitude, and I still consider you my friend.
Aww.
I thought that this was my most valued possession. Now I know that I value my subjects, my world, more. I want you to have it, to make certain that you do not forget us. If Abarak is to survive, we must be linked to the other worlds, and you are the only one that can do this. Take the seal piece. Go back to your ship, through Death's Gate. Save this world, Haplo, my friend. We need you.
Yeah, we beat the Stone Realm.
Now I must clean this palace of the filth Clytus left here. My people should be in position by now.
Yay. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, I think we won. Giant penis. Take the dragon ship back to the Death Gate. Movie time! Return to the Nexus. Movie time. Is it a movie? I like yay. I like yay more. I don't like GG. Okay, let's go visit our daddy. GG, bruh, bruh. I'm retarded, bruh. All right, let's go say hi to daddy. Hi, daddy. You produced a stone seal piece while recounting your macabre experiences in Abarak. Quite unexpectedly, instead of focusing on the large number of surviving Sartan there, Zar asked you to elaborate on the art of necromancy. He even asked to see the spellbook that shows the spell. Bruh.
It appears that these Sartan have done our job for us. By using necromancy unchecked for thousands of years, they've decimated their own race. I'm sure it's fair to assume that there are only a few stragglers remaining in the other realms, like your Zifnab, if any are left alive at all. The survivors in Abarak don't sound strong enough to resist us. In fact, they are in the midst of a civil war. Once the world is reformed, the resulting chaos will be perfect for our army to walk in and destroy both sides.
Daddy, you sound evil.
You've done your job well. There's only one world left, and I hope what you will discover there will be no surprise. Many coffins filled with dead Sartan.
Okay.
If you haven't already, take the amulet that your prince was foolish enough to give you and transfer it to your steering stone. Go to Chalestra and bring back its seal piece. We're very close, Haplo. I can feel it.
So that's why there's all those dead Sartan and coffins from the necromancy spells from the other, that's morbid. So they were killing their own people. That's why there's so few of them. Very bad. Well, let's say all this stuff.
You said that it was necromancy unchecked that killed the Sartan. Does that mean you'd
Hi, Pixel
consider
Puppy.
using it with limits?
Do you understand the potential of that spell? An army whose numbers never diminish, whose members get stronger after they die. What force could stand against it? Naturally, we'd have some other deaths to compensate, but they'll be manageable. After a few skirmishes, the mere threat of our army would be enough to enjoin surrender. Then we wouldn't need to use the spell anymore. Until that happens, there are always losses in war.
Prince Edmund placed his faith in me to save his world. That's why he gave me the amulet.
This is from the race that consigned you to an eternity of torment, and he asks you for help. Are you seriously considering his plea? Look at his situation. His people squabble among themselves like mensch. Even now, they are in the throes of a civil war. Naturally, he wants you to help him. You represent the greatest threat his kind has ever known. He must not have realized what his amulet would mean to us, but it is our responsibility to take advantage of it.
Daddy, don't yell at me.
You don't just represent yourself. You are the vanguard for our entire race. Don't let your emotions get in the way of your mission. I'd hate to have to cut it short. Look deep inside yourself. You'll find that you are a patron. You were whelped by the labyrinthine fires of hate. Hate for the accursed Sartan that put you there. I can trust you, Haplo, because you are a reflection of me. You are my son, as all patrons are my children.
Pixel Puppy, you are my son. Alright, have you learned anything new about the 6 Sartan devils?
Have you learned anything new about the 6 Sartan devils that you were researching?
It happens that I'm very close to finishing my research. I have linked 4 of the devils to the spells that they were responsible for, and the other 2 aren't long in coming. Unfortunately, one of those 2 created the Reformation spell, so I cannot stop now. That's the spell I really need. The ones I uncovered, the original sundering, something called the interconnection, etc., are useless to me. But as I said, I'm very close.
The interconnection!
Can we talk about some of the subjects you touched on earlier?
Of course. What do you want to know?
Guys, let's learn about the plane of water, which is where we're going next.
Tell me about...
Certainly.
Can you tell me anything about the realm of water?
Chalestra is the realm of water. And in fact, it is a ball of water.
A ball of water.
At its heart is a sea sun, which warms and lights the interior. The exterior is completely frozen, exposed as it is to the cold of space. Sea moons orbit the sea sun.
Sea sun?
They are hollow, living creatures which draw energy from the sun. Inside, the Sartan built cities to house not only the mensch, but themselves. I believe that they intended to finally live there to administrate over all of the realms.
Okay.
Can we talk?
Of course.
That's enough for...
Very well.
Alright guys, let's go to the final... Oh, the dog is still with us, by the way. The dog's still with us. Let's go to the final area. Giant penis. We'll just... Oh, we have to transfer it though onto it, right? Rune transfer. Mensch, what a name, huh? Let's go. We're gonna go to the Death Gate and into Chalestra, Valdevata. One sec. Upon leaving the Death Gate, your ship is surrounded by water. A light from an underwater sun glints off the crystalline domes of orbiting moons. Underneath the nearest, you see an entrance, so you guide your ship inside. Good old doggo. Looks neat. Your ship is landed on a beach, which it looks like a very creepy cave, which rises to a dark cave in the rock wall. A shimmering city lies to the west. You notice that the stone you're holding has started to glow a faint green. It also tingles a bit in your hand. Oh, the stone that Fizzman gave us? Oh, look, the stone is glowing. There's something evil about that cave, man. Let's go inside the cave. Let's go inside the cave. Look at the cave. You see huge sinuous tracks leading in and out of the cave's mouth. Some debris, including a bone or two, lies strewn among its tracks. Let's go inside the cave. You walk towards the cave, but as you get closer, you begin to feel fear now at your insides. You felt fear before in the labyrinth, but nothing like this. There's nothing around to inspire such terror. But every step you take toward the cave makes you want to claw your eyes out. Before you're halfway there, you have collapsed in the ground. Magic, you reason. It must be magic. Oh, wow. Well, I don't want to crush the stone yet. We're gonna ignore it for now. A thick wall surrounds a city-sized glowing dome. In front looms a gate upon whose door is a huge graven spell. You get the distinct impression that you are being watched. Let's look at the gate. A smooth block divides the wall surrounding the city. A ruined structure has been carved onto its surface. Okay. A glowing, translucent dome. You recognize the spell from Balthazar's book. It is a warding spell designed to keep out foreign magic. Unfortunately, it also keeps everything else out, including you. Oh. Do we have to make a custom spell for this? Because we have the spell. Should we crush the stone? I'm gonna crush the stone. You press on the stone with all your might, but fail to even dent it. Oh. Work email on a Sunday. Work email on a Sunday. At least it was a good work email. What do I do? Do you think I could transfer a rune bone onto one of these to break the spell? The magic of the word resists your spell. While it's possible to modify one spell into another by adding on another rune, the addition of this rune would change the word spell into nonsense. Ooh. Well, let's just do it for every single rune then. Yeah, that was the right thing. Let's do this one. We could also use our brain and figure out which one, but I'm not going to. You transfer the symbol from the rune bone into the city gate. Immediately, the rune appears at the end of the spell, modifying it from a powerful ward into a possession spell. Since a possession spell has none of the qualities of a warding spell, indeed it is a very useless spell to place upon the city gate, the magic dome falls away to reveal the glistening capital city of the Sartan. The sight takes your breath away. I did it! I did it! You find it very hard to regain your lost breath as you are struck by a wave of terror. All the glimmerings you've experienced before are nothing compared to the fear that grips you. You've never ever been so afraid. The sheer emotional impact throws you to your knees. Blood rushes in your ears. A shriek emerges from the depths of your being. In the labyrinth, you always use your fear to advantage. It made you quicker, smarter. The fear is unreasoning. You can't control it. You can't use it. You don't even know what's causing it. Oh my god! Wild-eyed! You almost break your neck swinging your head around, trying to spy the source. It isn't long in coming. A black talon claw strikes your back and sends you sprawling into the sand. You twist around but cannot rise. You stare into the blood-red eyes of a dragon! They show you your death and you can but gibber in response.
Ah, a patron.
Oh my god.
I hope that if I let you live and watched for a while, you would succeed where I have failed for so many, many years. And you have. You have opened the city to me. My magic was useless against that infernal spell. But you understand those mystic runes. You changed it somehow. I am grateful to you, patron. In return, I will give you a quick death. Painful to be certain, but quick.
I hate it when the evil guys like that. I'll give you a quick death. Like, oh, thanks, such a good deal. Yeah. You find that words completely fail you. You lie helpless, trembling under the claw of this dragon. He rears back, inhaling. Flames leak from his nose and mouth. When he appears about ready to lose his fiery blast, something catches his eye. Immediately he curtails his attack to stare at the brightly glowing stone that Zifnap gave you. Clearly Zifnap is a type of character that would give the protagonist a Some Deus Ex Machina device, right?
What is this? This wasn't made by the puny rune magic that you use. How did you come by it?
You can't even form the first word of an answer, and it seems that the dragon doesn't really expect one. His other foreclaw reaches out and delicately removes the stone from your possession. No! He draws the stone up to his eye for closer inspection. In reaction, he hisses and roars and waves his neck back and forth, wildly, sinuously, spouting flame everywhere.
This should not exist. It is impossible. There is only me, Sandrax. I am the way. You don't mind if I relieve you of this stone, do you? You will certainly have no need of it shortly.
He tosses the stone away. It falls in a pile of rocks of similar shape and size. The only way you can distinguish it from others is by its shine, which is like the sun. Suddenly you take notice of a furry form splayed on the ground. You realize that your dog has been silently crawling towards you on its belly, braving the horror of fear that keeps you helpless. Every inch is a struggle, and it seems that at any second the dog will bolt, but it keeps coming. When it gets near, a quiet whimper escapes its throat, barely audible, but loud enough to attract attention to the dragon. No, our doggy!
This is your rescue? A life form lower than yourself? I will give it this. The dog is certainly braver than you, patron.
Oh my god, the dragon rears back and fills the cavern with laughter. This gives the dog just enough time to crawl within reach. It looks at you plaintively, even puts its muzzle into your outstretched hand.
Perhaps the dog is
What the hell's going on here?
Farewell. It knows what is about to happen. I was simply going to kill you, but I've reconsidered.
Oh my god.
I won't merely end your life, patron. I will eliminate every trace of you. I am going to destroy your soul. You will no longer exist on this or any other plane. You should not have brought that stone into my presence. Prepare yourself for oblivion, patron.
The dragon rears back again. You assume that no distraction is going to keep it from completing its task. This time, you take one look at your struggling companion and draw some strength from his bravery. You have to be the doggy, or your poor doggy. Okay, let's possess the doggy. Trace the runes in the air and place your hand on the dog's scruffy fur. The magic swiftly takes hold. You stiffen as you feel your soul passing away. Your soul flies into the dog's body just as saying Drax lets loose the blast of fire. The dog's reflexes leap you away, keeping you from harm. This doesn't save your body though. The flaming column burns a hole clear through its chest. You can actually see the glowing rock floor below.
Now to take care of his mangy pet.
But I'm dead! Did I die? You bolt into the city narrowly, but is my body dead though? Narrowly missing the dragon's second torrent of flame. Scared out of almost your mind, you dart into the cluster of buildings. You pad into narrow alleys and twisting side streets. Soon, when you feel you might have lost the dragon, you wander into an open building. Robed figures are filling the seats around you. They all are moving slowly, yawning as if just awakened. A man in front notices you and approaches.
What do we have here?
Oh no.
A dog? I haven't seen a dog for ages, but then again, I've been asleep for that long. Hello, boy. I'm Sama. How'd you get in here? Did you come with the Sartan forces from the other realms?
He crouches down, gives your head a pat, and looks deeply into your eyes. Suddenly, his face goes stone sober, his eyes grow hard. He retracts his hand as if fearful of your biting it off.
This dog is no dog. It is a vessel for another's soul. The soul of a patron.
Is my body gone, though?
We found no other Sartan, no rescue forces. All we discovered were the charred remains of one man and these items.
So I am dead, I died. That's kind of funny. They dump the items onto the floor.
Friends, we have a very unusual situation. Our ward has fallen.
We will be a dog forever.
This roused us from our slumber as predicted. But instead of greeting the Sartan rescue forces as we expected, all we find is a dog carrying a patron's soul. We need answers, and the only source is this patron. While he exists inside of the dog, he cannot communicate. I suggest that we restore the patron to his original form so that we can question him.
Bring a patron here? To our very heart? Have you forgotten that the patrons are our mortal enemies? I say leave him in the dog's body. Soon he'll forget he ever was a patron, and he'll be no threat to us.
Do you know what is happening out there? Where are our fellows? Why is this patron here? How long have we slept? It is very possible that the patrons have been rehabilitated as intended. Perhaps this is our rescuer. Is this how you would treat such a guest? No. We shall restore him, and we shall have our questions answered then. It is the only way.
Are cats colorblind too? No, they're not, right?
Whatever you might think of me, Councilman, I am no fool. You may prepare the nullification element. We will administer it to the patron after he is restored.
I know dogs are though, right? The councilman grunts in approval, then fetches a bottle filled with water. He traces a quick spell in the air which flows into the liquid. After a moment of light, the bottle looks absolutely normal. I think dogs can see some colors, but not many. That's why it's like black and white, because it says we can't see colors or something. I was wondering if cats are like that. You noticed that while you were watching the Lone Sartan in his bottle. Cats are also thought to be trichromats, found the same way humans are. Cat vision is similar to a human who is colorblind. Oh, weird. That sucks. Well, I'm grateful we get to see colors. Isn't that great? We can see colors. Isn't that great? Together they weave an incredibly complex spell that appears to require them all. Like a blanket, the spell falls over you and sinks into your flesh. The dog's body reacts violently. Limbs stretch, tendons pop. Oh my god, my dog's dying. Your bones start to expand into it. Wait, the dog is turning into us? Where'd the poor doggy going to die? But notice that each one sounds a little more human scream than the last. Finally, you lay on the ground, panting and hurting. But in what seems to be your old, comfortable body, you feel hands draw you up and clothe you in the garments that remain from the dragon's attack. What does trichromat mean? Yeah, I don't know how color blindness works. I remember Destiny coming out with colorblind friendly settings that had some settings that looked like that name there, trichromat or something. I don't know. I sound dumb. There's colors that we can't see. Oh yeah, like what? What do you think? It's hard to imagine a color that you can't see. Someone pours cool, clear water down your throat.
What have you done to me, Sartan? You've taken my magic away.
Somehow the water has removed your ability to cast spells. The color out of space.
Calm, my friend. What we have done is temporary, and for your protection as much as ours. You have imbibed some nullified water. This eliminates all of your magical possibilities. While you cannot bring any possibilities into this reality, neither can any be placed upon you. This means that although you cannot cast any spells, you are invulnerable to others' magic as well. You have been nullified. It will continue for only as long as we need to question.
Color out of space, baby. Lovecraft. Something our brains cannot comprehend. Well, everything can be made from red, green, and blue. But I guess something other than that. No, it's not like they can't see it. It's more like they see some colors say blue and green is the same shade. I get you. Yeah, but they don't see the shade though that we can see. That movie was pretty dope. I just watched that one. I didn't see it. You know what else I didn't see? Butts.
Now let us begin. Who are you? Why are you here?
Who is your daddy?
How did you get into the city?
All right, Sartan. You want the truth? I'll give it to you.
Launches to a tirade, personally blaming Sama for leaving the labyrinth masterless, turning into a slaughterhouse that thirsted for your people's death. You recount the thousands of years of struggle and bloodshed, which even now plagues your race. You describe your lord's unprecedented escape, and tell how he selflessly and safely led others, including yourself, out of the labyrinth. You say that his thirst for the revenge against the Sartan is unequaled.
If you kill me, others will follow.
Why are we being all...
Even now, our army outnumbers that of the surviving Sartan. I've seen your forces. I know where they are, and I know that my lord will destroy them effortlessly. You can't win.
You continue by recounting your experiences and describing the state of the Sartan in each of the worlds. Sama cries openly. The description of the dead Sartan and their crystal resting places on Arianus. He seems genuinely confused by the antics of Zifnab and Pyran. He recoils on learning of the practice of necromancy in Abrak, and he listens closely to the account of your battle with Singdrax and of your escape.
I have much to say about what you have told me. Your people, you have been wronged. I wish I could change what has happened, but I cannot. It seems that we took on far too much. We thought we were gods, that we were infallible. We weren't. And both of our races have paid the price.
Okay.
However insane you think it might have been, there was a purpose to the plan. We tried to create worlds in which the Mensch would thrive once they were united and the realms were interconnected.
Reunited.
What your lord seeks to do is collect all of the seal pieces to reform the original world.
Oh, this song
He doesn't understand what this means. His efforts will result in the death of many of the Mensch left alive in the new realms.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps he does understand. By decimating the opposing force even before the war is joined, he ensures his success.
When did you watch it, Inky?
I'm not sure the Mensch left alive will enjoy the slavery he undoubtedly
I don't know.
plans for them.
I don't remember.
What he may not realize is that this will affect his own race as well. Many of his people will die in the Reformation. Do you think he would risk that?
You consider, you know your lord's ambition. From his research, he probably already knows how the Reformation will affect the Mensch. And you suspect that he may be willing to sacrifice his own people to further the cause of conquest. You understand that he views you individually as expendable, but just how far does his view of expendability extend? He has claimed in the past that there are always casualties in war. The Color Out of Space? Oh. I didn't know that was a movie. Yeah, I must have been sleeping, I guess. You may be right, Sama.
You may be right, Sama. I'm not sure about your plan, but
With Nick Cage?
perhaps the Reformation isn't the correct path. I'll return to my lord and discuss it. For now, I'll leave your sealed piece here.
I'm very glad that you see things this way. I hope that we can begin a new era of peace together. Go back to your lord. Tell him that I will gladly speak with him. But I have one important question before
Was it any good?
What exactly
I'm
happened
sad I
to
didn't see
Sandra
it.
taking
You know I love Lovecraft. Wah. As you consider the question, one of the men who brought your possessions into the room begins to writhe. He tears off his robe and metamorphosizes into the gigantic shape of Sangdrax. The sergeant dive for safety behind the benches. Only Sama and yourself remain standing in the open. I know a lot about Lovecraft. When I play Lovecraft games, I can't shut up about it. I have an impressive knowledge. Glides over to the sealed piece on the wall and grabs it between two talons.
Thank you, patron, for painting such a vivid picture of all of the worlds, including your own. That lovely place called the Labyrinth. Definitely a realm after my own heart. You see, I feed on fear and chaos, and I can't see a better way to produce such things than by allowing your lord to proceed with his plan. However,
I know. Ian likes Lovecraft stuff too.
your nerve. I'll have to take your place.
I didn't even hear about it. I don't hear about anything though. I'm dead in the world.
Your lord trusts you, does he not? Especially when you are doing what he wants. I shall take your ship, go to the Nexus, and deliver this seal piece to him.
That sounds weird.
I'm guessing that it will complete his collection. Then I shall lead him to the Vortex where he can perform the rite of reformation.
Oh, I forgot. Stygia?
I'm sure that he doesn't view traitors in a very good light.
Well, I don't know how to find out about things since the world has blacklisted me.
I do hope you won't die in the ensuing chaos. All of you. I'd love to meet you again. We
It's
have
true, I don't
much
know
to
if I know about
discuss, and an eternity
I used to
of
be
pain
better than
during
anyone else
which
to find
we
out
can
things.
discuss
Now
it.
I'm dead. Because I hate social media. If I could, I'd destroy it. Alright. Can't you stop saying Drax? Only after the dragon is left do the councilmen emerge. Sama unclenches his jaw and forces himself to stop shaking. Time to talk for 20 hours!
Can't you stop Sangdrax?
No, I'm afraid not. His magic is too powerful for us to oppose. When we first arrived here, we built this city and placed the Mensch inside the other sea moons. Stone enclosed islands much like this one. Shortly thereafter, Sangdrax appeared. We don't know where he came from. Unprovoked, he launched an attack against us. He never destroyed us all, just killed a few people. But it was enough to keep us scared and confused.
Next.
We never had a chance to defeat him. He commands some form of magic that is foreign to us, more powerful than the rune-based magic that we use. We erected the ward around the city as a last-ditch effort against him. Evidently, it worked. The ward was designed to keep out all foreign magic.
Should get it at the
Since
orgy.
almost entirely of pure magic, he could not enter.
I bet Zifnab's not a Sartan. I bet he's like a higher life form. Zifnab.
We decided to enter our
Because he
sleep
knows
capsules.
magic that is
We
more
expected
powerful
that when
than the
others
rune
learned that
magic.
We were in danger. They would gather here to help us
The best
defeat
info.
Sangrax.
Are you saying Inky received information in an
or
orgy?
assuming that it would happen only when the others saw.
How dare you? Okay. Maybe I should go to more orgies. Now I'd learn more.
We never dreamed that thousands of years would pass before the ward fell. Now that it has, Sangrax is loose. Not only is he a threat to us, but with your ship, he has access to all of the worlds.
So did you
And
hear
if
about?
he succeeds in causing the Reformation, we'll all probably die in the process anyway.
Did you hear about the color of space that's coming out? You know, Zifnab gave me a stone to use against Ultimate Evil. I think you might be confused, Inky. It's okay.
You know, Zifnab gave me a stone to use against some
I think it's what I said.
Do you think this might prove effective against Sangrax?
I don't know. Tell me about it. It sounds like this might be some other kind of magic.
I don't know.
Perhaps made from the same source that created Sangrax himself. It may be that Sangrax is vulnerable to it. Where is it? I didn't see it along with your possessions.
Just some guy humor, just us two guys joking. Don't worry, ladies. Let's see. I hit it for safekeeping. Wait, I didn't, he got a hold of the stone, he tossed it.
Sangrax got hold of the stone and tossed it into a pile of rocks which look exactly like it. I don't have a clue which one it is.
I'm afraid I can't help you there. I never saw the stone to begin with, so I wouldn't be any help in finding it now, lost among similar rocks.
I know, just
do
let me
hope
go
you're
look
able
for
to
it.
Get it back, though. Judging from the way Sangrax reacted to it, it sounds as if that stone is our only hope.
Yeah, like
to defeat the
orgies.
Where is Sangrax leading, my lord? The Vortex?
Yes. The Vortex is the one place that the Reformation ritual can be enacted. It is where we originally sundered the world. It's also the only place where the interconnection can begin.
Let's back up a step.
Certainly.
We have a lot to talk about here, guys. Should we, yeah, it's not the only thing that can be passed at orgies. Let's take all the info up our buttholes. Everyone bend over and spread your butt cheeks. Time for some info insertion.
Why wasn't I affected by the dragon's aura of fear? It sure had me in its grasp last time I encountered it.
That's because you had been nullified. Remember, nullifying water eliminates your vulnerability to magic as well as your ability to cast spells. Sangrax's aura of fear didn't affect you because no magic could affect you.
I'm not out of coffee yet. Excuse me. If that's so, why didn't you all tank up with the water and go after him?
If that's so, why didn't you all tank up with the water and go after him? His magic wouldn't do a thing against you.
I will a little bit.
This is true. Although we would be helpless as well as invulnerable. While the water was in effect, we would not be able to use our magic against Sangrax. We could only confront him physically. He can choose any form. In a purely physical battle, he would destroy us hands down.
Well, I clearly know what to do. We need to drink the water, and then we need to go up to Sangrax and crush the stone. Otherwise we'll get Dragon Fear, which is a D&D thing. How did Sangrax take my form?
How did Sangrax take my form?
That's one of his powers. He can assume the form of anyone or anything he desires.
It's all good, Roger.
The talent renders him insidious as well
I
as
understood.
invincible.
Where is Sangrax leading, my lord? We already heard this. Where is the vortex?
Where is the vortex?
The only place from which the vortex...
Oh no, we have to go back in the
is
labyrinth!
the labyrinth. We reasoned that this would be the safest place to hide the portal. It may be that your lord will balk at traveling the length of the labyrinth again the wrong way, but Sangrax can be very persuasive. He will convince him, one way or another.
What exactly is the interconnection?
We designed the realms to work together. Each had specific functions to perform in the overall plan. The interconnection was to tie all of the worlds together. Abarak would produce raw materials. Arianas would take those materials and refine them to produce manufactured goods. Prion would supply power to the other worlds. Celestra was to provide a place for most of the people to live and purify some of the toxins from the other worlds, notably Abarak. The realms were never designed to survive on their own for an extended time, and yet that's exactly what they've had to do. It's not too late, though.
Okay, how do we start it?
How do you start the interconnection?
Much like the Reformation, it requires all 5 of the same pieces. In the center of the vortex is a floating island. It has 4 spires. Each spire represents an element: air, fire, stone, and water. The seal pieces must be placed upon each corresponding spire.
You guys listening? We have to do this.
Then the spell itself must be ignited. This is done by placing the focus over the correct rune and inserting the Nexus seal piece into it.
Spires? Focus? What are you talking about?
Well, you did ask.
Well, you
The floor
did
of the island
ask.
is laid out with
Oh,
many
me too.
interconnecting runes. Each rune can be used to ignite a distinct spell. Depending on the rune you choose, the function of the spell will be different. The Reformation requires that the spell be ignited from one particular rune. The interconnection, another.
Okay.
The focus is a hexagonal frame that floats over the island's floor. You can move it over the rune of your choice. When you place the Nexus seal piece inside of it, the focus automatically ignites the rune under it, which casts the spell.
Which is the starting rune for the interconnection spell?
It would be too difficult
Come
to
on.
describe. Though I will tell you that we left the focus over that rune.
Oh, okay.
We intended to return and ignite the interconnection spell someday.
All right.
Let's back up a step.
Certainly.
Oh, he took my ship?
Do you have another ship that I can use to pursue him?
Yes, certainly. In fact,
Oh.
as we've been speaking, I've had another ship placed in the same
Well,
port where you
there you
landed.
go.
You're welcome to it. There is, however, one problem. We seem to be a little short on steering stones. It takes quite a while to magically prepare a stone sphere to accept the naming runes that guide a ship through the Death Gate. The only such stone we have is the ceremonial globe in this very chamber, and you can't use that.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Don't you think saving the worlds is worth sacrificing your precious ceremonial globe?
Not at all. You see, the globe was placed in this room before the building's construction was complete. It's too large to fit through any of the exits. It's also far too heavy to move any distance by hand. You're welcome to it if you can find a way to transport it. But then, it doesn't have any of the naming runes on it anyway. I don't think the globe is the solution to this problem.
Well, what do we do?
Could we talk a little about the other worlds?
Very well.
Who's... I don't care.
Let's go.
Certain.
I don't have time for talk. Now's the time for action.
Very well. If I...
You notice that sometime during your conversation with Sama, the nullification spell wore off. You now have command of your magic back again. Okay. Fuck. So there's a globe right here. There's a rug with a painting on it. Interesting. Let's leave this room real quick. We have to find the stone. Where's the stone? We have to find the stone. Oh, I need some nullification water to go inside the cave.
Hello.
Could we... Do you...
I know of no...
What? Why? Let's... I don't have...
We need some nullification water. Where do we get that? There's the globe. It's a rune-covered sphere of a stone, precariously balanced on a small stand. Looks like an errant breath could roll the globe off. Here's a rug. Wait, take the rug? I didn't want to take the rug. Let's cast, You guys still with me? Yes, all the talking's over. Create reality pocket? You trace a familiar spell in the air. When it takes its effect, it says the picture in the carpet comes into focus, taking on a new dimension. The scene, a single tree is real. Let's go into it. You step on the rug as if you're gonna walk over it, but end up falling into the scene. Your orientation changes, suddenly the direction you were walking becomes up. Your balance goes for a holiday and you tumble onto the lush grass of a clearing. You inhabit the scene woven into the rug. A lone tree stands in a lush field. Aside from the one lone tree in the center of the clearing, the other trees act as a circular wall, keeping you inside. They're beautiful, but a little frustrating. What about the main tree? Can I do something with that? No? What the hell do we do here? Climb? Climb the one tree. There's like nothing to interact with on here. Mountains? Very beautiful. There's nothing to interact with here. Oh, I know what to do. Push the globe. You get behind the globe and push it with all your might. The stone sphere creaks and rolls off of its stand, bounces down the steps, and ends up on the carpet. Only it doesn't stop there. Since the carpet is now a portal into the otherwhere, the globe falls into it. You see it continue to roll until it hits the tree in the scene. There we go. Now we're gonna take the rug. My rug. Nice vista there, yeah. Let's put the rug down somewhere. There's a rug. And we're gonna cast. This is funny. This has to be a perfect shot here. Create reality pocket. Oh. So I can go in there already? Okay. Now we're gonna push the globe out. Getting together your strength and heave the boulder-like globe towards the portal. It rolls without much problem. In fact, as soon as the globe is partway through it, gravity on the far side grabs the sphere from your hands. Goodbye. Then we're gonna go through the portal. Hey, it's there. We'll leave it hanging because it looks nice. There we go. I have the globe set up, but I need to put the nexus on. Well, I have this pendant. This pendant has like everything on it. Thank God we have that stupid pendant. It looks like shit on him. I'm gonna cast a pendant onto the globe. We transfer the pendant onto the stone globe. There we go. We can go anywhere we want. Now, the only problem is that we need to find the magical pebble. Oh, can I drink the water? Oh, is this water all? Hold on. Is this water all nullification? Drink. I need to find some nullification water. Oh, maybe I like put some water in the bottle? The bottle's already full of water. Oh, is this nullification water? Okay. Let's give the guy this bottle of water and maybe he can do something with it. Give the...
You don't need to give me anything, my friend.
No, I want it to be nullified. Or is it a spell? Maybe it's a spell. Oh, no water. There we go. Ha! Perfect. Cast null water in the clear bottle. All right, the spell surrounds the bottle of water. After a few seconds, it has done its work. All the water looks the same. You know it has a magic nullifying effects. Good. Let's drink it. You take a swig of the water, immediately sense the effects. Your magic power drains away, making you feel as helpless as a newborn, but this also means the form magic cannot affect you. So we're gonna go inside the cave now. There's no doubt that St. Drax calls this cave home. Blood streaks the walls and the floor is littered with the remains of previous meals. So we're looking for the stone. Take the scales. These scales are both sharp and oily. You get the feeling that if you cut yourself on one of them, the wound becomes severely infected, perhaps prove fatal. You can also sense that the scales of the dragon hold the same chaotic magic that St. Drax commands. But isn't this where the, Is this where the pebble went? No? I don't see anything else in here. You stare at the dragon scales in your hands. Their magic suddenly becomes active. Fear drives through your brain like red-hot nails. With the source of the fear magic so close, it's more than your sanity can withstand. You spend the rest of your life gibbering unintelligibly and not playing adventure games. What the hell? Wow. I'm gonna get some coffee. All right. So should I not have picked up the scales? Thank you. God, when's the last time I saved? So I don't know what to do here. Hi, thanks for being here, Queenie. Can I pour the... Put the clear... I don't know what to do here. No, don't. Thank you, Inky. Did you like that death? You shouldn't be playing adventure games. So drink it. So maybe I have to go in there, pick the scales up, go over here, go this way. Put the scales in the rock pile. Spread the dragon scales over the pile of rocks as you hope. Zip times rock reacts to them. Oh, yeah. So, take the stone. Good. I got the stone. Do I need to cast null magic on the... Oh. Alright, guys. Fuck. Let's go. Let's go. Use the globe. Take the dragon. Movie time. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was something. We should have had a death counter for this game. We died a few times. Fuck. All right. Let's go to our daddy. Oh, daddy's not here. Let's take his book. We can read his book finally. Should we take this, the glow lamp? Oh. I can't take it? All right. History of the Sundering. The Vortex. Eons ago, the Vortex was discovered. It was a place outside reality as we know it. In fact, it appeared to be reality unto itself. It was a place of great power. Researchers theorize that it might be the actual source of magic. It remains a place of mystery. As much as is known about it, much more escapes us. It was the perfect place to actualize the plan, capital P. In order to defeat the enemy and create the new worlds that Sama visualized, we had to sunder the world into 5 realms. Air, fire, stone, and the labyrinth, and water. Oops. 4 to give the mensch, and 1 to imprison the patrons. Not only would we be removed from the earth while this happened, we would be able to draw upon perfect magic of the vortex to make it happen. We needed an instrument to focus the magic of the vortex, so we created an island of stone that floated over its very heart. Upon it we inscribed a rune structure unlike any other. Indeed, this was a spell, but not just a spell. It was many spells intertwined into one structure. Every spell has a starting rune. Yes, we talked about this. When a wizard traces a spell, the magic flows from the starting rune to the other runes. Upon completion, the spell is defined and it is cast. This rune structure is different. It combines many different possible starting runes. When the magic is introduced upon one of these runes, the spell is defined and cast. There is a compelling reason for this. Along with being used to sunder the world, the island was designed to serve additional functions. Shortly after the sundering, the same rune structure created a conduit between the worlds. It's currently used to transport people and cargo from realm to realm. Using the Death Gate, we were able to populate the realms with the mensch we had selected. All that was required was this fleet of ships, outfitted with steering stones containing the naming rune of the target realms. Okay, Death Gill's granted purpose cell. When the mensch had settled, the rune structure will be used again to interconnect the overworlds. Power and materials will freely flow from realm to realm. Bump you up. After this interconnection, various spells can regulate and modify this. I'm almost out of fucking snacks. Like, what the fuck? I'm almost done. It's not good, I can't exist without snacks. No, I don't. Let me bug Eve. Okay, I bugged her. Out of popcorn. Okay. Oh, there's more? Let's try to do without reading that. Alright, let's go into the labyrinth. Right? The gate is the final port of the labyrinth. Just beyond is the hell you called home for most of your life. Stone spires tower above a field of writhing vines. You see a dark, twisted forest across the field. Choke vines. You recall when you escaped the labyrinth, the choke vines weren't much of a problem then. It was winter, and the season drove the vines into some type of hibernation. They couldn't move in the cold. Now that the weather is warmer, they thrive and force you to deal with them in order to cross. Well, then we'll cast cold on them. Wow, this is the first time I actually used the cold spell. The cold spell floats over the sea of twisting vines. It expands and drops over the field like a blanket. As it does, you see frost form. The vines begin to move more and more slowly until they are torpid, completely still. There we go. 10 points. Fuck 2. Or just 2. Alright, let's go north. Is there anything to take here? Okay. Oh, remains. What are these remains? You stumble out of the brush only to come face to face with 3 wounded tiger creatures. Unfortunately, you know what you know of the labyrinth tells you that the only thing more dangerous than a tiger creature is a wounded one. They stare at you in surprise, then let out a growl intends to leap. You don't have time to do much but run. Tiger men! What do I do with the tiger men? Give him some marmalade bread slice? Give the bread slice to the Tigerman. The creatures fall on you in fury and teeth and claws. At that moment, everything in the world is sharp and covered with blood. You discover that without an effective plan, alone patron symbol cannot defend against these monsters. I wish I had some snacks, though. I wish I had some popcorn. I don't know. I like snacking on stuff. Tell her to get more stuff next time. What's up with this? I already did this. What the hell are we gonna do? What should I do here? Should I try to run? No.
Get on the bag!
Hey, thanks for the 500 bits.
Tiger.
Roger. Tiger. Yeah. Thanks for the 500 bits. I'll use those bits to power my magical energy field so I can defeat the tigers. Should I throw the magic arrow? What do I do with these guys? I don't know what to do with them. Hey Russia, hey Inky, hey Queenie. Thanks for being here. Oh, you can run away. Back over the field of choke vines you ran across, you see the last gate to the labyrinth okay. You hear the Tigerman crashing through the underbrush behind you. They're close on your trail. Okay, then let's cast heat on the choke vines to make them eat the Tigerman or something. The frost disappears as the heat spell takes hold. At first, the plants move sluggishly, but as the torpidity subsides, they resume their normal activity. The tiger creature's fallen. Seriously, that killed me? But that looked like it was what we were supposed to do. Maybe we'll go back and we'll go back again. The tiger creatures hesitate when they come to the field, but after observing you were safe crossing, they charge in after you. Oh, they're right here. Okay, now we cast it. Fucking Tigerman. I think this is the first time we actually use heat and cold in the game. Tiger creatures are caught in the middle of the field when the vines reawaken. The plants wrap around their struggling prey and drag them off to separate spires. With wild eyes, the tiger creatures watch lightning strike a spire only a few hundred yards to the west. It then strikes the closest spire and proceeds to work its way down the line. Soon the lightning blasts the two closest spires. The stench of cooking's tiger meat reaches you. I wonder what tiger smells like. All right, now we want to make them cold again, so we can cross them. Let's go north. Let's save the game. And let's go here again. Now we can go here. Okay, Queenie. Fire pit looks well used. The fire creatures have camped here for some time. You wonder how this has affected the nearby village. I didn't know there was a nearby village. What is this, a burial cave? Let's go in there. Ew, this is a tiger creature's burial cave. Paintings on the wall depict their gods. There's a bone right here. Let's take the bone. It's a bone of a tiger man's upper leg. That's cute. There's a cave painting. Curved cave painting that depicts the dark god of the tiger creatures, presumably death, chasing after its tiny feline followers and shooting bolts of lightning. It is clothed in a black robe, which shows only a skull-like head. It's an interesting insight into the Tiger Man religion. Very interesting. Can I charge this up with these? Arrow the zinger on the massive twisting vines. They snatch it out of the air and carry it off to the nearest spire. Predictably, lightning strikes the spire, but instead of destroying the Sartan artifact, the energy is totally absorbed. Good. The thing, I've had a thing in my inventory the whole game, and it's been, it hasn't had a charge this whole time. Where's the zinger? How do I get it? There it is. Take the zinger. You high step to the tingle, yep. So now it's charged, right? Yeah, sweet. Okay. Let's, go this way. You stand on the outskirts of a village in the throes of battle. A pack of tigermen circle a group of patrons huddled under a magic shield. Does the zinger work on him? You pull the switch to charge the electric zinger. The contraption flies out of your hands, twisting and turning in the air and throwing off sparks and banging into the trees and huts. The companions take notice of the electricity in the air, but ride it off to a particularly intense but short-lived storm. So I don't think it did anything. Can I leave this area? Skull! I have a skull. Suddenly skull the tigerman. These beasts are frightening enough to confront face to face, but having to stare at one of the skulls is a distinctly unpleasant experience. Can I put the bone on the skull? No. Wait, what? You slipped the tiger creature's skull on the central prong of the zinger. Put the bone on there. Put the book on there. Put the stone on there. What the fuck? Look at, you slipped the rope. Look at this. What? Okay. Can I use this to scare away the tigerman? I must be able to. Give the zinger to the tigerman? You can't get that close to the tiger creature without leaving your cover? Activate it? You pull the switch, the black robe flops back and forth and lightning flies from the eyes of the mounted skull. All the companions stare up at the apparition. The tiger creatures point and hiss at the flying sideshow and scatter in random directions, pure terror in their eyes. When the zinger power drains, it drops to the sight somewhere in the forest. The shields around the huddled villagers finally follow us methodically. They begin to scatter throughout the village. Locating and tending to the wounded. One man, seriously injured, lies in front of you, the headman of the village, who valiantly supported the magic shield for so long. He approaches the wounded men and summons a healer. A nervous young-looking woman rushes over, nearly dropping her package of healing herbs and implements. Cool trick. Thank you. She surveys the horrible wound sustained by the fallen patron and gasps. But a stern look from the headman prods her into her routine. She tries to clean and dress the wounds, but they are too severe. You can tell she is inexperienced and that the case is too much for her. She doesn't look that young. Let's talk to her. What up, girl? She's focused. Hey, we have a salve. Use this salve on the tracker. Because of the severity of the man's wounds, you end up emptying the crock of healing salve over his chest. You can see the gashes close up in the space of a few heartbeats. The healer gasps, but the headman nods. He looks at you with newfound respect. The healer is shocked, but she doesn't let this amazing development slow her down. Quickly, she packs away all her tools and moves on to help other injured villagers. In her haste, she drops a cord. Presumably used to stitch wounds. We scared away tigermen by dressing up a skull with a robe and yeah. Headman stays to direct the healthy patrons in packing up the village. It appears that the plans to quit the site soon. I'm gonna pick up the cord. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna talk to you.
You healed me, brought me back from the brink of death. I am indebted to you.
I hear you're a pretty good tracker.
I hear you're a pretty good tracker.
I know the labyrinth. I know its signs.
Welcome back.
I can sense how it changes, sometimes even how it will change. If I find the start of a trail, I will never lose my way.
Okay, well, could you help me?
Do you think you could help me?
Of course. I'm in your debt. Tell me what I must do to absolve myself of it.
I'm on the trail of Lord Tsar and his companion, who happens to be a shape-shifting dragon. Do you think you can find them?
I'm on the trail of Lord Tsar and his companion, who happens to be a shape-shifting dragon. Do you think you can find them?
Of course.
What?
That's what I do. I will accompany you while I track them. When I'm certain that we've found them, my obligation to you is resolved. I must return to my village.
Okay. He's in our party. Let's talk to the headman.
I never expected you to return. I should kill you for what you've done. If you hadn't driven those tiger creatures off, I would kill you. Why you did that after you led them here in the first place is beyond me. Leave me now.
What?
You've done enough damage.
What did I do?
What are you talking about? I didn't lead the creatures here.
Of course you did. Not more than 2 hours ago, you and Lord Tsar passed through this village.
Oh, yeah.
Unwittingly, we helped you. We gave you current directions towards the center because for some reason, that's where you wanted to go.
No, like...
You were very
Remember the
pleasant.
dragon shapeshifted?
Thanked us and went on your way.
As
Shortly
to our form?
thereafter, you returned alone, leading a charge of the tiger creatures. During the battle, you disappeared. I don't know why I don't gut you right now. We lost more men in the skirmish than we have in a month of fighting. Now this encampment is compromised. We'll have to move as soon as we're able, and we have you to thank for it.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't me. Lord Tsar is accompanied by a shape-shifting
You're a very bad
dragon.
man, dude.
I'm on their trail.
A shape-shifting dragon. That's a new one. I wouldn't put it past the labyrinth, though it's getting more and more devious every day. If this dragon accompanies Lord Tsar, then as long as he doesn't realize the true nature of his companion, he is in mortal danger. My resources are meager, but I am willing to help you as I can. What would you have of me?
Can you tell me where Lord Tsar and the dragon went when they left here?
Certainly.
Sorry.
They entered the forest to the north, but that information won't help you much. The labyrinth reinvents itself all the time. Paths that Tsar and the dragon followed could have vanished, could even be pits or swamps. Only a skilled tracker could find them now.
Okay, bye.
Let me think on...
Very well.
Well, I have a tracker, a skilled tracker with me. So... Go north? Traveling at a pace you have trouble matching, discovering small clues you would never have found. Tracker leads you through the dark wood. Eventually you come upon a huge cave. A monster which resembles a huge insect, though much more formidable, stands guard.
The trail leads here into that cave. I've seen this cave before. There is no exit. Your quarry lies inside. The creature guarding the entrance is a Cheodin. I've only encountered their like once or twice before, and I can tell you this. If you spill its blood, every drop will grow into a duplicate of the monster.
Oh my god.
Only by killing it before it bleeds, usually with a precise thrust through its heart, can you keep it from regenerating. A sloppy attack, and you'll have an army of these things to contend with. Usually the best way to deal with this type of beast is to avoid it. I don't think you've got that luxury, though. If you're going into that cave, you'll have to go through the Cheodin.
Cheodin!
My obligation to you is over.
Bye.
I've led you to the end of the trail. The people of my village need my help, so I must return.
See you.
Good luck.
Okay, we're alone, save for the delightful company of the Cheodin. Oh my god. A mountain rises from the forest here. There's a terrifying monster. Spoopy. Can I shoot the arrow at the Cheodin? You have nothing with which to shoot the magic arrow. We have a bow here. Inky. Queenie, put the core in the bone. I have a bow. Use the bow with the arrow. Use the arrow with the bow. You slide the arrow alongside the bow to check for compatibility and you find it's about the right size. The bow is very primitive and you don't think it can provide much accuracy, but it can at least propel the arrow with some force. Satisfied you replace bolts in your inventory. Okay, shoot the arrow at the Cheodin. It's amazing accuracy, far more than you would have expected from such a primitive bow. You loose the arrow at the monster. The arrow penetrates straight through its heart. The beast falls dead before a drop of blood can fall. Unfortunately, the arrow has buried itself deeply into the creature and it cannot be retrieved. Oh well. Oh well. Save. Spoopy. Cave. You walk toward the cave, but a familiar wave of fear washes over you. The leaden weight of terror pulls you to your knees. You can't force yourself to enter the... Okay, so the dragon's in there, so we should drink our water. You take a swig of water, and we're now immune to dragon fear. Oh my god! Stalagmites and stalactites with knife-sharp edges stipple the cave. In the midst of them, Drax waits patiently for you. So we should crush the stone, right? Thank god we have the stone. Crush it? You press on the stone and it collapses in the palm of your hand like a wad of paper. The green glow explodes around you, blinding you. When the spinning colors fade, you see that somehow the stone has summoned Zifnab! Mounted atop his dragon, you are so stunned by the sight that you drop the bottle you carried to the cave floor where it shatters. Drax hisses with anger and disbelief. His fury takes control and lightning quick, he lashes out at the pair. He tries to bury his fangs into the neck of the new dragon to inject his deadly venom into its body, but Zifnab's dragon is too fast. He rakes a claw across Drax's face and forces him back into the cave wall. The impact shakes the cave and stuns Drax. The good dragon takes the opportunity to place Zifnab out of harm's way, but Drax springs up and pounces while the other dragon's back is turned. His back claws rip through the thin membrane covering the good dragon's wings. When the good dragon finally forces Drax away, he is left with strips of loose flesh hanging from the bones that support his glorious wings. He retreats from Drax, dragging his wings and leaving a trail of blood behind him. No! Drax laughs and positions himself for the death blow. Drax leaps, but Zifnab's dragon dives beneath the attack, less wounded than he appeared to be. He sinks his teeth into the Drax's exposed underbelly and tears a sizable chunk of flesh from his chest. Drax screams and races away from the fight. Toward the back of the cave, he sinks into the darkness.
You haven't beaten me. When I Zar to the vortex, you reform the world and this place will be no more. I don't think you'll survive. But if somehow you do, we'll meet again, and then I'll have my revenge.
Zifnab, what's up, buddy? Aw, Dip Dragon's hurt. Dragon's beauty is marred by horrible red wounds along his back. His eyes are half-lidded. Not in sleep this time, but in pain. Aw, poor guy. I feel bad for the dragon. Let's talk to Zifnab.
And I was just getting into the shower. You call it the most inopportune time, Taplow. You've a knack for getting into trouble, my boy, and this is a doozy. My. Face to face with the embodiment of evil. You've had a full day. And look what happened to my dragon. I'm afraid this is going to have to come out of your security.
Fizzban. Why did you let him escape?
Why did you let Drax escape?
I didn't see you there slugging it out with Drax. I think my dragon did an admirable job in driving him off. Drax is weak and desperate. He'll be much more likely to make a mistake now.
That's all the rock did? Summon you here?
What did you expect it to do? Wasn't that enough? I think that I did a mite better than you would have in this fight. Well, I did have a little help. Nonetheless, we saved your bacon, and I think we deserve a little gratitude.
We deserve a little gratitude. Thank you.
My thanks, Zifnab. I appreciate your help.
Of course you do. It's always nice to have the side of good rescue you from certain death. Every time it happens to me, I get goosebumps. There's nothing better, I tell you. Except maybe a really good pastrami sandwich with extra mayo.
Where did he go?
Where did the evil dragon go?
He slipped out the portal. You see, thousands of years ago, Sama hid the magic portal to the vortex in the labyrinth, here in this cave to be exact. He figured that it would be the safest place to do so. No one would come back into the labyrinth to find it. The portal leads directly to the outskirts of the vortex. We must assume that Drax has already escorted Zar there. In fact, they'll probably go directly to the floating island. Very soon, Zar will begin the Reformation, unless we stop him.
Is your dragon all right?
He doesn't look good. Sangrax did quite a job on his wings.
Aw.
He got his comeuppance, though. Did you see those wounds on his face and chest? Those will smart for a few hundred years, mark my words. He won't even be able to change form to heal them. When you get wounds like that, they stay for dinner.
Dinner! What do we do now? I could not have taken the
What do we
dragon.
do now?
Well, that's simple. We go after him. We have to stop him before he leads Tsar to the center of the vortex. They have all of the seal pieces which you were so kind as to supply, so nothing stands in the way of the reformation. Whenever you're ready, I'll take us through the portal to the vortex.
I'm ready to go. Take us through.
All right, I'm ready to go. Take us through, Zipnab.
Very well. Climb up on my dragon and I'll take us all through. My dragon is wounded, Mr. Insensitive. Why don't you get rid of some of that heavy junk that you've been toting
No,
around?
not my marmalade
It'll make the trip
bread.
that much easier for him.
The shrug, you go through your belongings, toss aside everything that appears useless. After you're done, Zipnab doesn't say anything more about it. You and Zipnab mount the wounded dragon. Zipnab pushes a complex spell, which goes to a glowing hoop in space. Large enough even to accommodate the dragon. Painfully, the dragon steps through, and a thunderclap later, you arrive at the edge of the vortex. Oh, I still have my bread! I still have my bread sliced. Are you kidding me? Wow. It's sliced hard dark bread. One side's covered in messy mountain of marmalade. We still have it. We still have it. That's funny. I'm like a little shocked. The vortex. Okay. Where do we go? Is he pointing somewhere? You are on one of the magic paths. A stone arch looms ahead. Beyond it stands someone who looks exactly like you. Save name, the bread is safe. Talk to the double. The other Happo simply repeats everything you say at the same time you say it. Actually, it's pretty annoying. You trace the rune structure in the air. As soon as you complete it, the spell races towards your double. What stops and dissolves as it passes through the arch. Something about the arch keeps the magic from reaching him. You cannot directly cast a spell on your double. Your double traces the same spell in the air, but reversed like a mirror. The spell he tries to cast isn't real, so it doesn't work. Oh, we have to do it backwards? We have to do it backwards. Wait, that's hard. That's what these are for. Okay, so turnip. It's turnip, ball on hill, boobs. Boob cleavage. Turnip, ball on hill, boobs, pointy thing. Okay? Right? So we do the boobs. Are these the boobs? And then the ball on the hill? Where's the ball on the hill? Yeah. And then, where's the turnip? Is this the turnip? No, I don't want the turnip there. Okay. Pointy thing. Turnip. Where's the turnip? Which one's a turnip? Why is it hard? Here, turnip? That's a turnip, right? Is it? Is it the same turnip? Ball on hill and then boobs. Is that the boobs? Turnip was left? Yeah, but we have to do it in reverse though. Because he's an image. Was that not right? What the fuck was it? Oh, I did the wrong... Wait, where did this come from? Is this like the opposite? This one right here? What is this? Oh, this thing right here. Oh. Oh, I didn't see that. So that thing, turnip, bought on hill, boobs. There we go. You cast a nonsense spell in the air. Of course, this spell does nothing, but your double cast the spell's mirror image. This does happen to be a real spell. In fact, the spell he casts is self-immolation, dives into the body and burns it into ashes. His clothes and possessions fall to the ground. He's dead. Let's look at the ashy remains. Let's search the ashy remains. You search through the remains and discover duplicates of everything you carry. Does that mean I have two? No, I only have one bread. I have two of everything I carry? What the fuck? That's weird. Look at that. How is that useful? Hey, we have two shears though, right? We can make a you knock out the connecting bolt from one of the blades and slap them together. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Finally, we have shears that work. Grayish green slimy tentacles snake out. I just grabbed toast with marmalade bread as mentioned, yeah? I want some toast. They twitch and reach out for you. Use the shears on the tentacles. Cut! You take a swipe at one of the swing tentacles, but miss it completely. Do it again. Do it again or something? I don't know, go out there and then... Tentacle whips out from the path, wraps around your leg and tugs at it. You feel you might be able to pull away, but if you move forward, you'll enter a whole nest of them. Well, now cut it, cut it. You quick snip, you cut the tentacle away, but another whips out to wrap around you. Cut that one too. Another whips out to wrap around you. Which one? This one? Cut it. Jesus Christ. It's quick snip, you cut the tentacle away. The ichor-covered stump draws back under the path with the remainder of the tentacles. Okay. Hentai. The floating island is suspended over the center of the vortex. A circular platform in the center has 4 spires along its perimeter. You come upon Lord Tsar standing in the center of the island. He holds all the sealed pieces in his hands and is closely examining the focus. Off to one side, you see, dude. Where did it... You see Sangdrax in your form waiting patiently. On your arrival, Tsar's head snaps up and regards you in shock and surprise.
What are you? Some kind of phantasm born of the vortex? I can feel the wild magic around us. Are you part of that?
I am no phantasm. I am the true Haplo. Your companion is a dragon who has taken my form to trick you into destroying the world. He has tried his best to keep me from following you here, but here I am. You must stop what you are doing, my lord. The Reformation will not be what you expect. Many will die, including our own race. My lord, it's obvious that this is some trick, some manifestation of the Vortex's wild magic. Why it spouts lies to stop you from claiming your rightful heritage, I don't know. But don't spare it a thought. Continue with the ritual, and I will deal with my double.
I think we're doomed.
What you say makes sense, my son, but something about this doesn't ring true. Can you prove your words? Are you the real Haplo? Or is this, as my companion claims, just a hollow trick?
It's no trick. I can prove I'm Haplo. Remember our conversation about heart runes? They name us. They give us our magic. They are the center of our beings. If they are torn or broken, we fall ill. We cannot function. I show you mine, unbroken. I challenge my double to do the same.
No!
Of course I can show you my heart rune, and why not? After I've done so, I'll eliminate this annoyance so that you can complete the Reformation undisturbed, Lord Tsar. I live only to serve you.
This sounds... He realizes a mistake. The wound taken from Snap's dragon slashes across his chest, straight through his heart rune. Not only is the rune broken, but much of it's missing.
So much for subterfuge. I prefer to be direct anyway. My lord, you will complete the reformation. If you do not, I will kill you. It's your choice.
Very well, Dragon. I will continue the reformation, but only because it suits my purposes as well.
Excellent. Get on with it then.
Wait, what? Wait, what just happened? Zara takes a moment to ponder his options, then carries the fire seal piece to its spire counterpart. Quickly slides the piece into the monolith's face. That very second, the entire island outside the protective circle where you stand erupts in flame. A storm of fire swirls and badgers the ground. Saying Drax caught in the sudden maelstrom screams in agony. You quickly lose sight of him behind the curtain of flame. Oh my god.
That should take care of our friend, eh? Tell me what's happening here, Haplo. Quickly, if you don't mind. It seems that I have been misinformed. The Reformation is not what I wished it to be. I must change my plans. We will bring about the interconnection. The worlds cannot survive without it. But the Sartan's strength is severely depleted. It is as nothing compared to ours. After we have connected the realms, we shall invade them, wipe them clean of the Sartan influence, and take our rightful place as rulers. Attend me, my son. I've placed the focus over the starting rune of the Reformation. While you gather the remaining seal pieces, I have to move it back to the interconnection starting rune. I'm lucky that my research indicated which rune this was. Otherwise, I might not know how to bring it about.
Suddenly, St. Drax's head bursts from the curtain of flame. He is reverted to his original form, that of a fire-breathing dragon, a form completely impervious to the effects of the storm swirling around him. He loses a tongue of fire at Zar's chest. The blast leaves nothing but a blackened hole, and Zar stumps to the ground dead. Hi!
Now it's your turn, patron. Unless you decide to be more cooperative than your master.
Alright, I better save. Shit. Oh man. What do we do? Look at the focus. Oh, I have this. Hold on. This is the Earth Spire?
Do it now, patron. Put the Nexus seal piece in the focus and have done with it. If you feel any reluctance, look at your lord. He was more powerful, more intelligent, more cunning than you will ever be. And he is dead. You cannot do better than he. You cannot defend against me. I command a magic you cannot comprehend. If you attack me, I will change to a form that is impervious to it. Resign yourself, patron. Do as I ask or die.
Well, let's do as he asked first. Where's the Nexus one? Let's put it in there. Put the Nexus seal piece in the focus.
I've lost patience.
Wait, what?
Patron. I might have spared your penny.
Isn't that what he wanted?
Had you done as I asked, but it's too late. You've sealed your doom. Goodbye, fool.
Draws a deep breath to fuel his fiery attack. But didn't he want me to do this? Move it? Oh, what the fuck is this? Alright, so this is the water spire? How do I put the water one in there? Can I put it in there? It watches you approach the spire. Familiar now at the end result, he decides to stop you. The dragon rears back and prepares to blast you with a torrent of fire. You leap forward and press the seal piece into the indentation. It crackles and fixes to the spire. The firestorm surrounding the protective circles are replaced by a deluge of water. The dragon chokes back in his attack with a comic gurgle. Sniff and disappears behind the sheets of rain. Okay. talking to Eve real quick. Now what do we do? What is this, Earth? Let's put the Earth in there. Saying Drax in the form of a giant gelatinous worm crawls effortlessly through the sheets of water. Despite its slow speed, it will be on you in moments. Press the seal piece inside the Earth spire. It crackles and fixes itself inside the indentation. The water stops falling and changes into rocks and boulders. They smash into the worm and stop it in its tracks. Through the sight of it beyond the curtain of falling earth and rocks. Okay. Put the air one in here. The rocks and boulders fall straight through St. Drax's vaporous form. Slowly and ominously, he floats towards you. You set the seal piece inside the air spire's indentation. It crackles and fixes itself there. The rocks stop falling, but the gale winds rage around the protective circle. It feels as if you are standing inside the eye of a tornado. The ghost dragon's caught in the wind. The wind scatters his smoky form until it vanishes. I don't know. Let's save the game here. Now what do we do? I'll put the Nexus seal piece here. You slam the Nexus seal piece into focus. A column of red fire pours down through the frame and onto a rune below. Oh, the fire spreads throughout the platform and ignites a spell. Unfortunately, it's a spell of reformation. Oh, we don't want that.
You came around, my pets. Didn't help you come alive when the chaos is sure to follow. But I need you. I think I'll leave you here in the vortex. I've got quite a bit to do.
Leaving you stranded here to contemplate your fate and that of the world, and with only the corpse of Vizara for company. This has not been a good day. Okay. So what do we do here? I guess let's look at the book. We still hear it in the background? Oh, come on. Do we have to like choose one? Well, what is there one? Is there one for that Sama guy? That's a starting rune? He's the closest advisor to Sama. He was mainly responsible for... I don't know. What does this one do? A column of red fire pours down through the frame and onto a rune below. The fire spreads throughout the platform and ignites spell. It's the wrong spell. And it launches a spell at you and tears off your head. Too bad. What happened? What the hell? So we tried that one. Dimitri's interest ran quite afield of his colleagues. He was involved in much of the mechanics of the plan. That's that one. Despite obvious tensions, so which one? That one, okay. This one? $160 points? Oh, I guess it's the right one. Nothing's... Oh, this is great. Look at this movie.
All out of pieces, patron.
Look at this fucking graphics, man. Put it in there.
I've got one more, dragon.
Bilbo the fluffy dragon. When you drop
the Nexus seal piece into the focus and ignite the interconnection spell, magic flows through the runes of the island and connects the elemental spires. Sang Drax, unwisely attempting to break through the magic field in order to stop you, confronts the brunt of its power. It proves to be too much, even for the incarnation of evil, and the explosion hurls him into the swirling vortex, hopefully never to be seen again.
Yay!
You've connected the 5 realms.
Yay!
Perhaps now the worlds can function as planned, and their inhabitants can not only survive, but flourish. Yet you ponder one particular unrealized goal of your Lord, namely the release of your people from the labyrinth. With time, and the aid of the Sartan, you may be able to see this dream fulfilled. But that must wait for another day.
Sequel.
You've completed Deathgate. You've saved the realms from a fate worse than death. And while doing all of this, you scored 1,500 out of 1,500 points.
Damn!
Congratulations.
I got all the points? How do you not get all the... How do you not get all the points? I don't ever get all the points. Did you see that? I got all the points. How do you not get all the points? Was that fun? Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Rumart, David Cherry, Fred DeVita, Kinetic Arts, Cindy Kovalak, or Kolvac, Peter Calabria, Robert Wisniewski, John Carbone, Tanya Isaacson, Fred DeVita, Doug Chesum, Paul Mock. I don't know. No. Did you see that Inky? I got 1,500 out of 1,500 points. Eric Haberling did the music, and then Glenn Dahlgren did some more music. Music transcriptions, what? Kathleen Bober. Kathleen Bober. Yeah, did you see that? And he announced it too. He said 1,500 out of 1,500 points. It was good voice acting, yeah. I was just wondering, like, what can I do to not get to full points? I don't know, how do you not get full points? I feel like I just beat the game. I didn't do... No, it's okay. Look at that kid, he looks so unhappy. Thank you. I'm so unhappy. Dead nanny. Or Christopher Walker. Christopher Walker? Wait, no, Christopher Walken, yeah. That was Chris Walker. Death Gate. No signal?